Evening all. Welcome to. It's not a ramble. It's just the only intro that Nick's got because I was looking. He's only got fucking West Ham and massive, and I ain't put it down. Nick at the moment is out headbutting the wall in his back garden or something like that. I don't know. He's
Poor wall.
trying to pick out in the street, picking a fight with some random stranger or something like that. But either way, he's not in a good place, is he? He's not in a good place. He was furious. He was fucking fuming earlier. And so he'll be joining us, but in his words, he's having a bit of a domestic at the moment. All right, so he will be nothing to do with West Ham, honestly.
He's having a row with himself in an empty room.
Yeah, that's right. So he'll probably be about 15 minutes or so. You know, you'll know when he gets here anyway. Nick, so welcome, John. Welcome, Mickey.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah. So John, you went over there today. Mickey, you watched it on telly. So I went over there as well. But so we got the kind of best of all worlds because you know what I see in the ground is very often what I ain't seen, what people don't see on the telly. Right. So first of all, John, what did you think? You were over there. By the way, atmosphere was fucking dead, wasn't it?
It was dead. It was awful. The weather was shit, wasn't it? We all got drenched on the way. I rushed there after my boys' football, which I sort of never now, but you do, didn't you?
Yeah.
Got there in time. Weather was crap. Atmosphere was crap from both home and away fans. You know, great. I got to say the respect paid to Bobby Charlton and Bill Kenwright at the beginning was probably the best part of the game overall to me. I thought that was well respected by home and away fans. Look, the game started okay. I thought 10 or 15 minutes, I thought we was doing all right. We looked a bit lively. Yeah. But then after that, mate, it just fell absolutely flat on its arse. And you can't blame the supporters today because I think when the weather's like that and the situation's like that, it was a 1 o'clock kickoff, quite an unusual kickoff. And that we need to be fucking lifted, you know.
Yeah.
It's very easy to say the fans lift the players and the players lift the. To me, the players have got to start giving it a little bit now. I think today was one of the most timid, toothless performances, in my opinion, that I've seen for a long time. And that includes the 4-1 defeat against Villa. I thought we played better against Villa, even though we got trounced 4-1. Now, I know they're a better side, so maybe we was expecting a little bit more today. But I just thought, mate, today was absolutely fucking nonsense. It was bullshit, mate.
There seems to be a trend appearing, doesn't there? There seems to be a trend appearing, a downward trend, which is not great. But look on the bright side, we could play Burnley in a couple of weeks. Mickey, what did you think? How did it come across on telly?
Same as it come across at the stadium by the sounds of it. I'll tell you what, I admit this, right? When the half-time whistle went, I genuinely, this ain't like me trying to be, but I fell asleep. I genuinely nodded off and woke up 5 minutes into the second half. I wish I stayed asleep, to be fair to you.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, it's genuine. I've done nothing of... It wasn't an easy watch. The first half and that, I thought, all right, we're finding our feet. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna get into this. It'll be all right. How wrong was I?
Honestly, I quite enjoyed in the first half. At half time, I wrote in our little WhatsApp group. I said, I was, I couldn't say I enjoyed it, but I was happy with the first half because I thought we'd competed early on for about 20 minutes. Then it all kind of went quiet. I was thoroughly enjoying watching Kudus play. Right, really enjoying. That was a highlight for me. I was actually heard he was playing on the way to the ground. I was dreading going to the game. And as soon as I heard he was in the starting lineup, I thought, yes, here we go. He's finally done it. He's started him. And I don't know why he started him. I don't know whether it was just a pang of guilt or he thought that Addy, after resting players and chucking that game the other night, which he did, didn't he? He chucked it. Today was a must win. And so Addy kept the same team. I suppose he would have been completely culpable for it. But as it turns out, I mean, he's still culpable. But there were a lot of bad performances out there as well. A hell of a lot of bad performances.
The most annoying thing, sorry to interrupt you, Gal, the most annoying thing for me out of this whole equation is that he did the very thing most of us wanted him to do, drop Souček.
Yeah.
But now we've had such an abject performance, it will give him every opportunity to bring Souček straight back in again. It will almost back up. It will back him up. And look, yes, we were shit without Souček. We've been, so you could say we did miss him, but you got to look bigger. You got to look at the bigger picture for me. And I thought that his replacement, who was Kudos, was very good.
Yeah, I thought so.
I know he gave the ball away a few times and that, but he was our most. He was our most sort of forward-thinking player. He was our most,
lively player.
He was lively. He wanted to get on the ball. He was fairly direct.
Yeah,
I think the booking maybe hindered him slightly because it obviously he had to hold back a little bit more. But I thought he was good.
I mean, what happened there? I mean, Tarkowski. This annoyed me. It got the crowd going a little bit in the first half. Tarkowski went in on him. Did he leave his studs up when he went in on Kudus?
So from where I was sitting, I sit behind the dugouts a little bit risen up, a bit higher up. What I saw was, I thought it was a bad tackle. Was it for Tarkowski who made the tackle?
Yeah, it was Tarkowski.
Yeah. I haven't seen it back, but it looked like when Pickford went over to Kudus to gesticulate with him, it looked like Kudus, I don't know, so don't quote me on it. He might have kicked out a little bit at Tarkowski or somebody, because I think that's why he got booked.
Well, I thought...
Oh, sorry.
I might have missed it. I haven't seen it back, but I'm just telling you.
Pickford, I thought when he went down and he was rolling around on the floor, I thought Pickford come rushing out of his goal and fucking said something to him, and he jumped up and pushed him in the chest or something. So I was assuming he got booked for that. But then I was thinking, why the fuck didn't Tarkowski get booked as well? He fucking started it.
Went the other way, did it? They got the free kick, which I
should have done. He should have done. See, this is the benefit of watching it at home.
Yeah,
because obviously I've got to see it. And
armchair
Tarkowski, he got the ball. It was a fair challenge. It was a bit hard, but his leg got caught between Kudos's.
Yeah.
But then as he freed his leg, he sort of stamped out a bit on Kudos.
Right.
So that's why he stayed down. And then Pickford's come running out right in his face while he's on the floor.
Yeah.
He's obviously thought, well, no, I ain't having that. And he's got up to give it a go back. And that's why them two got yellow carded.
Yeah, he said something to him, didn't he? He crouched over and said something to him. I don't know what it was, but he jumped up straight away.
Well, he was saying,
He reacted badly to a.
Hello, mate.
I know, how you doing? You're right. He reacted very badly to a tough challenge from Tarkowski, but it weren't dirty. It was just a full challenge.
No, I don't think it was particularly dirty. It was hard. It was an hard tackle.
Kudus kicked out. He was quite petulant, and then Pickford was a prick. Pickford was a prick, basically.
Pickford looked like a bouncer in Geordieland, didn't he? With his short sleeve shirt on, walking around going, "You fucking want some lad?"
That was the highlight of the game.
And then you could, I tell you, and then Kudus jumped up like he was fucking Ngannou against Tyson Fury and wanted to fucking have him, didn't he?
Yeah,
just see it straight away.
He had to prize it in there, didn't he? But that was the highlight of the game for me, because that was the one time the crowd got going a bit, because we were taking the piss out of Pickford, saying he's going to cry in a minute. Because he was losing his shit all the way back to the goal, and then he skewed a kick out of play, didn't he? But I thought it was, look, a couple of players aside, and Kudus, I thoroughly enjoyed watching him. I thought he was aggressive every time he got the ball, like you said, John, direct, and that was refreshing to see someone like that. And look, I know the stats. He
was the only. Believe me, Gary, he was the only shining light for us from that game.
Yeah.
I think Bowen was good, but Kudus.
No, Bowen tries, but Kudus was effective. I know he might not have had. We didn't have much effect in the final third, but he was popping up all over the place. He was good. He was good.
Nick, you just fucking misdirected me onto another channel to watch a show where I had some fucker saying, looking at Kudus' stats. No, well, no, it's an American accent. Looking at Kudus' stats, man, he lost the ball 8 times. Right? How can you say he deserves to play next week? He was shit. God damn it! Fuck off, mate.
It's probably the same. They're probably the same guy that Lord Souček for having 9 touches in the whole game and getting only 30% of his passes.
I couldn't stop listening to it because it was so fucking wide of the mark.
Yes,
so wide of the mark.
It's like satire. I
know.
Don't watch other channels. Just watch us.
Nick's fault.
No. Well.
Yeah. So look, I mean, and I think
look at Mickey with his mug. No, the other side, Mick. What's it say?
I do like the mug, actually.
That's it. You've got to drink left-handed, Mick. You've got to drink left-handed, mate, so we can see. That's it, yeah. That's it.
Do you want me to be like that all through the show?
The way we played in the first half, I thought was a little bit odd because Alvarez seemed to be directing traffic. He seemed to be coming out of defence, bringing the ball out, picking a pass, and for 15 minutes, I thought it was working quite well. Then it just didn't work anymore. I don't know what happened. Ward Prowse was playing deeper, which we know is a recipe for disaster. I'll tell you when it all started to go a bit pear-shaped. I thought he was in control. And it all went a bit pear-shaped to me when Paqueta and Aguerd had that fuck-up where Paqueta sort of half... Yeah. And the funny thing, I don't know if you noticed, John, but Aguerd just kept running and didn't react to the fact that the ball weren't coming his way.
In his mind, he was cutting off the option of the ball, right?
Yeah.
Being played to the player who was running through the box. But in the same breath, there was no left back, no left wing, no cover.
No.
And I don't know who had the ball now. He was just getting closer and closer to the goal. I was like, you've got to go for the fucking ball at one point. You can't keep backing off.
I've got to say, because you see a different game when you're at the game compared to when you. I will say there wasn't really any element of the time that we were in control of that game. We looked good for 10 minutes. We looked good for 10 minutes. But Everton were in control. They were.
No, they deserved the win.
They were in complete control.
I don't think they were in control. The stats don't lie in terms of we had loads of possession, but did fuck all with it. But what Everton there today they were, and I don't mean it disrespectfully, they were a Sean Dyche team, set up well, all knew their roles, were well drilled, and that's not taking anything away from them because they had moments where they could have scored a second. Obviously, the Areola save, but we were in control up to about 30 yards from goal, and then we just kept going sideways.
But don't you think like we saw today? Because obviously, look, as we know, the way Sean Dyche sets up is the way that Moyes likes to set up because it is a style of the inferior team. If you're going up against a team who are better in position, you let the possession, you let them have the ball, and you just try and block them. That's what you work on. David Moyes can't get beyond that. For instance, and I'm telling you now, if you gave David Moyes Sean Dyche's players, he would be in dreamland.
Yeah.
He would be in dreamland. He can't move past that. And that's why we can't get over and we'll never get beyond the low block thing because he can't progress. It's one thing people keep on saying, I've seen people on Twitter saying, well, you wanted the possession. Look, we've had 60%. It's what you do with it.
It's such a babyish argument,
It's what
honestly.
you do with it. We don't know what we're doing. If you look at Aston Villa or Brighton or all these other teams, John, isn't that coached? When you play, to be able to draw teams out, open them up, patterns of play is coached. It comes from the training ground, doesn't it?
I don't think possession was the problem today in so much as...
It's what you do with it.
It was the speed of thought, mate. It was the passing. It was the decision-making. You can... Look, everything in transition was slow today. There was no... There was no dynamic play. There was no triangular little balls around the corner. It was static. It was like watching Man City, but with far less quality. Like
it weren't like watching Man City.
There was no urgency.
I know what you mean.
It was tippy-tapping it. We was passing the ball from one side of the area to the other. It was going across and across, and we never looked like... Look, Pickford, we had what... I know the stats said we had 2 shots on target, but I think one of them come off the bottom and Sue fell studs, and it just rolled back to their keeper. Right? We had 1 shot on target the whole game. 88th minute, was it? Benny's volley?
Yeah.
That was fucking shocking statistics. You're at home.
Yeah.
Can't create fuck all when you got 61% possession.
Well, one of our shots was a cross from fucking Aguerd as well that went skew and Pickford had to tip it over.
That must be the one I'm talking about.
Look at this, Sam WHE. Someone said, "Look what you want. You got what you wanted." Souček dropped. Kudos started, and look what happened.
This is the other thing.
Last week,
this is the other thing. Yeah, but this is the other thing. They're saying, "Well, you wanted Souček drop. Now look what happened." Well, hang on a minute. What's happened in the last fucking few games with him?
Yeah, and also possession.
I've got my thumbs again. Look.
Yeah.
Where's the fireworks?
I've got to do 2 thumbs. Watch,
look. Like a cartoon. Oh, here we go again.
Also, right, possession. We didn't choose to have 60% possession. They gave us 60% possession. That's what they wanted us to have.
They gave us
because
the ball and said, ask us some questions. Ask us some questions.
Is there an argument, though? Sorry to interrupt. Is there an argument? What is your... I'm not saying this. Do you think now we are so drilled into not having possession that there's nothing that we can do to change it. It's been coached out of us what to do with the ball.
Yeah, but
so therefore,
oh yeah, 100%.
Okay,
so no idea.
100%.
So therefore, as long as Moyes is in charge, we have to be the team that has less possession.
Yeah, no, 100%. But John, you've only got to look at what's happened this season. He hit the fucking jackpot. We've lost Declan Rice. We've gone out. We've got Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse. It worked. We brought him in. Look, fair enough. I do agree. I've said it before. You know, Aguirre did help win us those games against Brighton and Chelsea, but the performances were better. They especially from those two, James Ward-Prowse and Alvarez, looked mustard. They looked good. But what that was, you had kind of you had an inverted triangle with Alvarez at the base and two number 8s with Paqueta and James Ward-Prowse either side. James Ward-Prowse providing an attacking threat. What he's done is he's managed to make all three of those players shit by pulling James Ward-Prowse back to CDM, giving Alvarez a partner who's not a CDM, who's confusing fucking everything, and moving Paqueta out on the left wing. He's made them all shit inside 7 games since we was half good.
Why has he changed it? Why has he changed it?
Oh, fuck knows. I don't know, John.
That's what he does, John, doesn't he? It's what he does. He just plays people out of position and everything. It's no coincidence, but it's no coincidence that when Ward-Prowse come in, he looked brilliant. And then all of a sudden, he looks so bad because he's
gone to
been
shit
told
now.
to play back. But every player's been doing that.
And it really exposes James Ward-Prowse's weaknesses because he's not physical, he's not quick. So what he's good at, he's a good technical player. If you're going to play him further forward. He's a great striker with the ball. Get him to make late runs into the box. If he gets the ball, if he has a strike, he'll score. He can pick a pass, but you can't play him. But you can't play him back there.
No, you can't. But this is what I'm saying to you. We can't get on the boat now of calling out JWP because at the end of the day, today was the perfect opportunity against the perfect opposition.
You can if Moyes bought him, and this is how he intends to use him.
But that's not. They don't. Hang on. They don't make James Ward-Prowse a shit player, though, does it?
No, but it makes him a shit purchase. But it makes him a shit buy.
No, it doesn't.
Skamaka.
No, it doesn't make him a shit buyer because he's changed. We've seen what he did early on in the season. James Ward-Prowse, you said it yourself. You was pleasantly surprised at how well he come in and done well at the club. Moyes, for whatever reason, has decided to play in deeper and deeper and deeper, which he isn't. Yeah. He can do it, but not to the quality that we want him to. Today was a perfect opportunity for James Ward-Prowse to be on the ball more and more attacking in my mind.
But he was played deeper in the first half, John. Alvarez was in advance of him for the whole half.
I'm still getting over a show I watched earlier on where they literally targeted Kudus.
Well, yeah. Well, another thing I heard on that show that you made me watch just now is that Alvarez is a... listen to this. This is another stunner that came across. Alvarez is shit. Stighton's been ripped off. He's been mugged off. Stighton's been found out. I think we should start to question Stighton.
Yep.
But let's let Moyes sign a new 3-year deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's give him a new contract. He's brilliant. Honestly, I know. Look. That can't happen. But the only thing is, right, we know that we're stuck. We're now stuck in this loop, aren't we? Yeah. We're stuck in this loop where
doom loop.
Moyes. It's the doom loop where Moyes will get. I mean, how many games do you reckon he'll have this season where he's got to save his job? When he'll win them all because the fucker won't go away. He's like a wasp at a barbecue. I've said it before. But how many do you reckon we'll have this year? I mean, what did we have last year? We had Everton. We had Fulham.
Well, 6 was a magic number last year, wasn't it? And we never got to 6.
Yeah, but what I mean is there was quite a few games where it was supposedly his last game. The Everton game against
about
Lampard
4.
was one of them.
It was about 4, yeah.
What do you reckon this year? 3? I'm going to go 3 this year. So we're...
Well, I think one's going to come up because I think that we've got Arsenal next, don't we? So that's going to be. I'd say we lose that. Then we've got Brentford
Arteta's
away.
kids.
Then we've got Brentford away, which I still think we lose that. Then what's that? 5, isn't it? But then we've got Nottingham Forest. But then we've got Nottingham Forest at home, and he'll win or get a point in that 6th one, and he'll be fine for another 6.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That is what will happen. Yeah. It's depressing, isn't it? I mean, look, I think in summary, they were comfortable, and when they went in front, it was game over. Our heads dropped, and they literally didn't allow us anywhere near them. The only thing, a couple of times, Kudus, using his own initiative, But they weren't even trying to find Kudus. A lot of the time, the ball ended, even when he was on the right wing, they're putting the ball out Soufal. This shows how much of a clue David Moyes knows about how to use those attacking players, those flair players. Paqueta played in about 3 different positions. Kudus was played. He started central and ended up on the right. Bowen,
did it fuck you? Did it fuck you off when Kudus got shifted to centre forward?
Oh,
I was just like, what are you doing?
No, because
it didn't fuck you off.
Well, it did, mate, but it wasn't the first thing that fucked me off. The first thing that fucked me off was when Paqueta played the lone striker role for about 10
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying. When Paqueta got moved into centre forward.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
that's
I'm
right.
surprising, is it?
Good kudos. Sorry.
It pisses you off, but it ain't surprising. It's the thing.
No, it's not. A proper striker is not. A proper striker is not important to David Moyes. That is clear, right? He's all he wants is he would play. We might as well play a centre half up there because he's all he wants to do is have someone run around and beat up centre halves. Might as well play with a fucking centre half. Antonio was terrible.
Hang on. Here's Freddie.
This is my boy. He knows a lot about football.
Yeah. Go on, I'll read it. Go on. In my opinion, we need a new manager that plays a style of football where you pop the ball about as we have the players to do that. Yes, Freddie, I completely agree.
Freddie.
Yeah.
Well done, Fred. You know what you're talking about.
Just don't worry about the spelling mistake, though. We'll forget that one. All right.
He's all right. He's only young.
John's not going to forget it. He'll remind him about it tomorrow.
Morrison.
Yeah. No, I thought Antonio was terrible against A. I mean, there was a chance early on. You remember when Paqueta played that ball over the top and he laid it off to Kudus, and Kudus laid it off to Antonio, and Antonio just fumbled it, just dwelt on it, right? That's the difference between having a striker who ain't a striker and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who had a couple of half chances, and what a tidy finish from that bloke. Yeah. It was a great finish.
Hang on a minute. I've got to check this. Apparently, Steve Brown calling Sean Whetstone our ITK, which he ain't. He says, your ITK Whetstone quoted online this evening as saying Moyes is in line for a sacking. Let me have a look.
He's going to get onto Sean now. Get Whetstone on in there. Get Sean on.
Go. You know, you just saying about Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
Right, now I was thinking about this. I watched a show earlier on and they were saying if we had a Calvert-Lewin or someone like Watkins, we would have won that game. Right, but this is my thing. Yeah, everyone cries out, say we need a striker, which we do. But we've had strikers, right? We've had Haller, Skamaka, Ings. Now, whether or not you like Ings, he's scored at every single club, and it's no coincidence that now he's gone on the worst run of not scoring in
it's the only club, Mick. It's the only club.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying to you. So, what's it matter if we got a striker that could score goals for everyone else in the system that we play and how we play? The striker's not going to be a striker.
It goes back to what Antonio said, that the striker, so-called striker, has to feed off scraps because we don't have a game plan to find the striker. So someone said the same about, what's his name, who plays for Villa last week, fabulous striker. That was the difference between the two teams. No, it weren't, because we won't get players up around him and fucking give him service. Same as Calvert-Lewin today. Moyes could have fucking Haaland and we wouldn't change the way we play to find him, right?
We would do you know we would make Haaland, we would make Haaland look shit.
Yeah, he thinks it's a waste to actually shape the team that way. That's why it looks like we're making it up as we go along when we cross the halfway line, doesn't it? Every time.
People get it confused. This is why I defend Antonio. Not because I'm saying he's the greatest player in the world, but he has been given a shittest role in football for 3 or 4 years. You know,
very few people could do that role, John.
I've got to be honest, John. I must admit, West Ham Online Alfie just made a very good argument for Antonio, where somebody said he's shit, he's rubbish. I could go over Hackney Marshes and find players better than Antonio.
That as well.
No. But what I'm saying is, Alfie basically came out and he went, "Well, Skamaka and Haller couldn't play the system. Are they no better than players over Hackney Marshes?" It's not easy what Antonio has to do. No. We know. We're not saying that Antonio is the best player in the world. We know he's not. But Moyes does use him there for a reason. He does. It's because he's the only one that can do that.
And that's not. But by us saying that, we're not defending Antonio's ability. No. We will store him accordingly. Today, he will get a shit grade because he was shit, right?
He was.
And Thomas, look,
I didn't think he was as bad as people said he was. I didn't think.
No. But listen, look, Thomas has said this. Antonio is past it. Move on. We agree, Thomas. But the problem is, if we move him on, there is absolutely no one under Moyes that he trusts to put up there. So we can't move him on.
We'll get another striker and give him no service, right? What's the point?
Thomas, I'll be honest with you. If I was Sullivan with Moyes, and Moyes says, I want 40 million for a striker, I'd say, fuck off. You ain't getting another 40 million for a striker.
And the thing is, Luke's 100% right here. Luke Bailey, the French Luke, as I call him. Antonio done very well in that role at the start of Moyes' reign. Can't have it both ways. Totally agree. But you know what, Luke? He's been a battering ram and running into brick walls on his own for 4 years. He's fucked, mate. And he should be moved on. But the problem is, Moyes won't trust anyone else, and he won't adapt to any other striker we've got at the club, and that's it.
Yeah, and look, and what I will say about Glenn as well. Look, the only thing is, Glenn, I've been calling for Obama as well, but I have concerns because it takes a lot to do that role. If Obama came in and, heaven forbid, struggled to do that role on his own, because I don't believe it's easy. If he came in and struggled, if Danny Ings, look, we know he's not a lone striker, but he's a seasoned pro. Obama's only 18. If he came in and had 4 bad games, it could finish him. It could. We'd never see him again.
By the way, this great start to the season that we've had, right? If you compare the same fixtures last year to this year, right, and you just replace the promoted teams with this year's promoted teams, we're now we got 16 points out of these fixtures last year. We've now got 14 out of the same fixtures, right? So this is inferior to last season. That should worry you.
People are worried now, Gary. They are worried.
Yeah,
they are. Ain't surprised though, is it? Because this ain't like I was saying earlier on, this ain't like a 3-game blip. This is how we played all of last season in the Premier League. So it's not a blip. It's the Moyes way. It is the
Moyes way. It's a continuation, and throughout the Moyes period, where it's been mostly shit for the last 2 years in the league, we've had moments, and we had moments at the start of this season with Brighton and Chelsea, which were heavily helped by 2 man-of-the-match performances by Areola, our goalkeeper. The cracks were there even then. And the reason that we won those games was because we were so unusually clinical in both of those games that we seemed to convert. Yeah. But we seemed to convert every chance we got. I mean, we were scoring like world-class goals. That one from Ben Rama to Bowen in the Brighton game. We don't typically score goals like that. And that was very few chances we created, and we scored them in that game, and we beat them. But if you're creating 5 but conceding 25 chances, fucking weigh it up. It ain't going to last long. It won't. You know, we're not. And I think so many people called that out. That weren't just me. It weren't just you, John. It weren't just you, Gary, Micky. Everyone could see that it weren't going to last. A lot of people could.
Yeah.
Moyes had the right ump at full time because it nothing to do with him. Didn't shake the players. By the way, Moyes didn't go over and clap the supporters, the travelling supporters in Greece.
He got booed. Oh, in Greece. No, he didn't. He didn't.
No.
Did you hear his post-match conference today?
Did you hear it? What did he say?
He was purely talking about how good Everton were and how he thinks that people thought it was going to be easy to get one over on a very resilient Everton.
Does he mention that we won the European Conference League?
Not yet. He ain't quite there yet.
No. He's got to pull that out.
He's not
out. 43 years, though.
We're still building.
We're still building. But what you have. But do you know what the biggest thing is with this? It ain't just losing to Everton. It was the fact that he sacrificed that Olympiacos game for this.
Yes.
That's the big thing.
And you were right what you said earlier. Now we've got to play the first team in every single game in order to fucking get through that group.
To top the group anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you don't top the group, you've got an extra 2 games, haven't you? In the qualifier. So if you win the group, once you're through it, you ain't got another game till March, have you? So it frees you up. So he completely fucked that up, I honestly. But I think what that says to me, because if you hear him in the press conferences, I think he got away with failing in the league last year, which he did, and concentrating on the cup. But when you saw David Moyes basically almost sacrifice that game, and when you heard him in the press conference saying the Premier League is our bread and butter, I think it's quite clear that David Moyes' mandate this season is to do better in the fucking league.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think that's his mandate now, is to do better in the league. He knows it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look, I think what happened there for they got a centre half called Jared Braithwaite, right?
Yeah.
He was fucking unbelievable, this guy.
Superb.
Antonio ran into him and bounced off him.
Yeah.
He's so strong.
He's a kid.
He's so strong. He's enormous. What a unit.
But that's what I said. But what that is, right? So Sean Dyche has built a solid team which is designed for a low block, and it will make everyone's life difficult.
He comes from Carlisle.
Yeah. But what that is, Gary, Sean Dyche has built a Moyes dream team, which is what Moyes was able to build when he first came in here. But Sean Dyche will hit on the same problem at some point with Everton. He'll get them stable for so long, and then the fans will start getting twitchy, saying, "Well, we want to move on now." But these managers can't. They can't move on. They're stuck in their ways.
Yeah. Why do we have to go shopping for? Because I mean, look, we talk about the players in the ratings and everything else, right? Why do we have to go shopping for exotic foreign centre halves when there are some perfectly serviceable and very, very good potential players in the lower leagues?
Especially, Gary, if you're talking about, we was linked with Harry Maguire. John, you'll agree with this. If you're talking about Harry Maguire, we've proved it with Dawson. If that's a style of defender that you want, there's loads in the Championship.
Yeah.
There's loads of them. There's simply loads of them. If what you want is a backs to the wall, brave-ass, Tarkovsky-style defender,
but that's what Moyes wants.
Lots of them.
That's what Moyes wants. That's why he tried to pay all that money for fucking Harry Maguire, right?
But what I don't get is why go for Maguire when you can go and get more value for money in the Championship and do a Dawson.
I think we've got the fucking fancy Dans who look good. They look the part. Agüero looks the part. Good looking chap. He's look good with a ball at his feet and everything else.
Gary, you do realise that if Agüero was playing for either Aston Villa or Liverpool, he'd be phenomenal. It just looks shit. He looks shit in the way that we're playing. He ain't a bad player.
No, I know he's not a bad player.
You said about the fancy Dans, and you're probably right, but under a better manager, I'm going to say, under a better manager, these will shine. We've got a good squad of players.
Do you know, I'm not judging, I'm not writing off any player that looks shit now.
I think it's probably the right attitude.
Under David Moyes. I am not writing any of them off. The minute he goes, every player gets a fucking clean slate with me, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that might be a good policy, actually.
The problem is that the conundrum...
Except Souček.
Yeah. Yeah, you still be fucking down on about Souček.
The conundrum that I've got is I wonder, are they going to continuously buy players that suit the Moyes style, or are they buying players for when Moyes is gone? This is where I'm at.
It's a bit of both.
Yeah, but you can't have both, Nick.
No. But that's what they did in the summer. That's what they did in the summer, though.
I think Moyes only got one of his players. He got
James Ward-Prowse. And the thing is, what makes me sick, though. What makes me sick, John, is the player that we could have had. Right now, no, I'm not. This ain't against James Ward-Prowse, but our midfield could have been Alvarez, Fofana, and Paqueta.
And I remember that game.
That could have been our midfield.
And you know what happened now? That was that game where apparently Moyes and Steiten went to watch it at the Emirates, right? Where Fofana was fucking unbelievable. He tore Arsenal a new one, right? Yeah. But I heard from someone that drove them there that they arrived in separate cars and left in separate cars, and it was the one that drove Tim. And Tim was bitching about Moyes because apparently even after that performance, he didn't fancy Fofana. What a fucking idiot.
Someone just... Have I not? Oh, yeah, Ange Postecoglou.
Well, now you have. Now you've mentioned it. I will do.
I will do.
So gullible. So gullible.
Should we get into the player ratings?
Oh, do we have
let's
to?
go donkeys. Let's get some donkeys in the pen.
I actually feel bad for the players. Do you know what? Special mention as well today as well. Before we go, we was all fretting on Emerson coming out the team. Cresswell was one of the better players.
Did well.
One of the better players.
I'm theory with that though.
Go on.
There we go.
He was the last few weeks. He's been concentrating on fitness, so he's not been having to fucking train a shit Moyes fucking tactic formation.
maybe Moyes sending him to train with the under-21s has done him a favour.
Yeah,
it looked like it, didn't it?
Yeah. And do you know what? Right. I'm going to say it now. Cresswell set pieces were all better than James Ward-Prowse today. Yeah, James Ward-Prowse today. They were all better. They were all better.
No, they wasn't. Did we score from one?
They're all better. James Ward-Prowse is my new Souček. Hang on.
I know. I've noticed. You ain't stopped slating him, you muppet.
Why did Ward-Prowse suddenly handle all the set pieces over to Cresswell? Why did that happen?
That's a very good question. That's a very odd thing that happened there because, as Nick said,
because James Ward-Prowse eats quinoa and he's a pussy and Cresswell's a scouser and he's told him to fuck off. That's why.
What
fucking quinoa. Right. Double-barreled name and he eats quinoa. Honestly, I don't know why we signed him.
Who's got a double-barreled name?
James Ward-Prowse.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Press.
You've got a double-barreled name, haven't you? Nick the Knob.
Yeah. Right. I'll tell you what, we'll start at the top. John, Areola.
Areola was okay. Obviously, he done a fantastic save to keep it at only 1-0. However, I thought his kicking was poor. Yeah. And their goal, right? I don't know if you noticed, Gal, because you was right behind the goal. Cresswell laid the ball back to Areola, and Areola could have quite easily played it straight back to Cresswell, but he decided to go to the right-hand side where it was full of players.
Yeah, he fucked it up.
It wasn't directly because it was a few phases later, but I just felt bad decisions. But he did
contributed to it.
Yeah, he did produce a good save. I'd give him average game 6.
That,
by the way, that was an incredible save. I don't know how he got his hand to that.
I do think he's been so critical this year, and I think he looked exacerbated at time fucking today. Like literally with some of that, especially exacerbated. Yeah, same thing. Right, but he looks proper fucking pissed off and confused. He looked proper pissed off earlier. No, but no, honestly, he did constantly. They kept on panning for some reason to his face. And with Zuma and Aguirre, he looked annoyed a lot the whole time. Yeah. He was fuming. And you can tell, I know you're talking about his distribution, John, but Areola he is a distributor, and his instinct is to get rid of the ball quickly. But you can see now that he checks himself and he stops.
Well,
he checks,
also
stops, slows it down, and then he gets the ball out.
Hang on, just before that goal,
I'll put myself down the bottom to save before that.
Just before that goal as well, he came out to collect a ball. Zuma, he gave him a shout. Zuma ignored him and blasted it into touch. Right, it was rolling to Areola. He was right behind him. Right now, whether they speak the same version of French or not, I don't know.
But can I change it? Can I change it to a 7? You've talked me around.
Yeah, I think he played well.
I think I'm a bit harsh giving him a 6, but I think because that goal annoyed me because I thought it was a few bad decisions which led to that goal, which we'll come on to in a minute. But give him a 7. Go on, I'll change it.
Yeah, you know. Right, Gary Cresswell.
I thought it was a magnificent return for Cresswell. Emerson's as one of our star players.
Magnificent hair as well. Right? Really good.
Yeah, really. Always looks trim. Always looks smart. Yeah. He can't be match fit. He ain't played for bloody ages. Came into a what was for us, I think, a must-win game.
Yeah,
and didn't look out of place at all. I expected him to. I expected him to look way off the pace. He was fine. Yeah. He did well. So I wouldn't usually be raving about the performance that he put in, but I thought, given the circumstances, he's got to get a 7 out of me, or maybe even an 8. A 7 or an 8.
Ooh. 8.
7. It's now 7. 7. Give him a 7. Give him a 7.
7. Yeah, an 8 would be too much.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You got to get it in context, didn't you?
Yeah, Gary's had a few sherbets over there.
If he played 2 on the trot and he played the same way, he'd be getting a 6 next week. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. Right. We did,
but sorry to interrupt, but we did miss. I know Cresswell can't do it because he ain't got the legs, but we did miss Emerson's link up with Paqueta, didn't we?
Oh yeah. You always
massively. That's not Cresswell's fault. I'm just saying, that's not
right. Yeah. Now look, I am sorry. This check has definitely fucking bounced. Mickey, Soufal.
Oh, he's been writing that one for weeks.
Yeah, the little purple patch, didn't he, at the start of the season? But,
against crap teams, he has a purple patch.
I worry about our right back position. I do. It's just
so do I.
Yeah, there's just no one there who can. I think Kera went missing when he's played the other day. Kufal, I don't know. I've got to give him a 4. I think he was. I'm going to donkey him up just for that.
It was shit.
I thought it was a terrible performance. What John said earlier about the counter-attack stopping, he was the culprit a lot of the time. He got forward and stopped on the halfway line and turned around and had a look.
How many times did you see him hoof the ball up the line aimlessly to no one today?
Yeah. Look, it was horrible. It was a horrible performance. And in the second half, it was so basic, right? It'd go steaming forward because he was playing on the halfway line pretty much. It'd go steaming forward, lose the ball way up the pitch, and Everton would just run into the space that he left.
Hammers Mikey said, fun fact, Soufal's mum is actually called Sue Fowl. Right, okay.
Can I say something? Can I say something again?
Go on.
He was one of the main culprits for their goal because he fucking absolutely hammered the ball at waist level to Antonio, like when he should have just played it on the fucking floor. He rocketed it him at about 100 miles an hour, and when
The
Antonio
last player you want to do that
controlled
to as well.
Yeah.
well, but he fucking hammered it at him. What was he doing? Because he was just hoofing it all day. I thought he'd stop doing that long hoofy fucking ball. But there you
Yeah,
go.
a Premier League player. Soufal is not a Premier League player.
I'll tell you what he is. He's a £5 million right back.
Yeah,
what we bought. That's what he is.
He's fucking rubbish. We've been calling it out for ages. He'll look good against Burnley in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He'll look good against Burnley in a couple of weeks. He'll get bad against Palace. He'll get bad against Brentford next week.
No,
right?
You all just agreed that when Moyes goes, they all get a clean slate. You can't say
Apart
they're
from him,
rubbish.
no, he don't get a clean slate because he was washed up. He's washed up.
No, I'll tell you what, James Ward-Prowse will get a clean slate. He will do because I think whoever comes in will use the fucker in the right place, and I think he'll be useful. Naif Aguirre. I'm going to go against everyone that's been slagging Aguirre off because he was by far the better of the two defenders. He was by far the better of the two defenders. Was he perfect? No. Zuma was shit, though. Proper shit. Properly shit. Really shit. Aguirre, he was fine. Made a couple of little ricks, but nothing terrible. I'm giving him a flat 6. Average game. He weren't terrible today.
Really?
He was not.
He had a good early phase in the game where his pace got, he covered Zuma with his pace and everything else, and he looked sort of in control. First 20 minutes, though, I thought he was fucking awful. I thought he was equally as culpable with that Paqueta incident because he showed no awareness whatsoever, right?
No, listen.
And the goal was him and Zuma misunderstanding, both thinking they're going to pick.
What you have to bear in mind as well, Gary, and John will also agree with this. You've got to have some sympathy for those two centre-backs, for these wankers that they had in front of them today, because I like them all, but they all played like wankers today. They did. They was useless. They stopped nothing. They got mowed through, including Alvarez today, who is not shit. He's a great player, but they're both being played incorrectly. Whatever's happened to them, they've been moised. But anyway, 6 for Aguirre, John Zuma.
To be honest with you, mate, I thought Zuma was poor. I agree with you.
Worst game.
Look, he had a very good start to the season. I think he did. I think a lot of people are saying, is he overrated and all that? No, you know exactly what you get with Zuma.
Yeah,
Zuma is the throwback centre back, and Aguirre should be the more cultured centre back. But whatever's happening to them, the funny thing is
it should be a good balance, John, shouldn't it? It should be a good balance.
It should be a great balance because they absolutely they're chalk and cheese in their style. Yeah. But for whatever reason, it's a lack of communication, and yet they both speak French. They're both French speaking. That if anything, they should have it sewn up. You could say that number 41 maybe covered their tracks a lot last year. With that quality in front of them. I don't know, but I just think that. Yeah, Zuma, you've got to score it accordingly. He wasn't very captain material today. He don't seem to talk a lot. He should be pulling people in and getting them by the reins, getting them by the scruff of the neck.
There was a lot of player that needed bollockings. There was a lot of player that needed bollockings today, John.
Yeah, exactly that. But I'll give Zuma a 4 for me. Donkey.
Yeah, I agree. It was bad. It was a put. Is it? I reckon that was probably. Well. It's a shame. It's a shame because that was probably his worst performance for us. But do you know what? I do believe what I just said, and a lot of it is down to what David Moyes has done to this fucking midfield, and it ain't got nothing to do with Kudus.
Do we think it's time for Mavropanos to come in? Question from Hammer 89 quickly.
I don't think it matters while the midfield's still a mess. I don't think it really matters.
After seeing Mavropanos in the Olympiacos game, I wouldn't be all for it at the moment, to be fair to you.
No, I don't think it makes things any better. I mean, that one where he tried to block the shot, I've never seen a defender make himself smaller before. That was weird. You think if that was Dawson's flying out, literally fucking body, literally blocking that shot.
He's still liking that, Dawson. He watched the game the other day.
He kind of turned sideways and went, yeah, right. Okay, Gary. There we go. The Mexican Souček today.
Well, yeah. Listen, right. If you're going to play Alvarez, for fuck's sake,
I love Alvarez. He was shit.
Shut up a minute, right?
He was shit. I saw all the scores.
Fucking loose lips. It's my score, right?
If you're in charge, Gary.
Oh, you can fuck off. I think if you're going to use Alvarez,
it's on my computer.
either use him properly or put him on the bench, right? And the way to use him properly is what we saw against Brighton, where he's just one man in front of the back four, guarding the back four. That is his job. Don't get him to do anything else.
Gary, like that.
Yeah, don't get him to. Yeah, exactly. Don't get him to do anything else. Don't get him to surge forward to the halfway line, carry the ball up the pitch, and leave James Ward-Prowse deep. You know, don't switch it around in the second half. He doesn't need a partner. That is what he used to do for Ajax.
Definitely don't need
in front of the back four. He just sat in front of the back four for Ajax, and he let the team get on with their shit. Right? He might as well not be in the team at the moment if he's going to be used in this way. Right? But this is Moyes craving multiple defensive midfielders, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, four.
The thing is as well is if you're asking him to do, if you're asking him to do a role that you know he can't do, you're just exposing his weaknesses. And
Moyes asked a lot of people to do that though, John.
Do you reckon Moyes intentionally makes players look shit to deflect from him?
Maybe.
But that's what you start. No, I don't think he intentionally does it. But I just think it's almost like he don't give a fuck because he's saying you do it.
Why does he do it? It's so fucking annoying.
I know he's a fucking prick. That's why he's a prick.
Right, Mickey.
Who's next?
You got the best player on the pitch, mate. As far as I'm concerned, Kadoosh.
Yeah, lovely.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Sorry, Mick. How have you? Nick has managed again to get him gets himself on the player he wants to slate every week. He does it meticulously.
No,
he works the order out before he comes on.
You can have all pressing if you want.
Oh, thanks, John. You fucking bastard.
Have Kadoosh. Go on, have Kadoosh.
It don't matter to me. I'll have any one of them. It don't matter.
I'll take them all on. Got massive arms.
Fucking hell. Kadoosh, I thought was lively. It was a breath of fresh air compared to what we see with Souček. He did try, like he looked like he wanted to do it all on his own because there weren't a lot of movement in there. Not a lot of people was helping him out, really.
Yeah.
How impressed was you with his strength and his fucking fight, though?
Very strong, isn't he? Very strong.
Like I said last week in that, I know you said about the gravity thing in that, but it always looks like he's going to fall over. So, but then he stretches out a leg and he gets the ball again. He's good. Like,
have you only just learned? You only just learned about gravity, Nick?
No, yeah. I missed that bit in school.
He's off sick when gravity class was on.
And the rest of them. Yeah. But I've lost my chain of thought now, you bastard.
Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate.
I'll give him a 7 because it was good.
Well
but there was no one there to get an 8 today. So yeah, 7.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if he hadn't have got the yellow card, he would have been like that all game. But he did manage himself after that. He did.
I agree with that, Nick. Sorry, I think once you got that yellow card, he did sort of shy away a little bit because.
I'll take that first.
Sorry, John, and you, mate.
Yeah.
Nick was on earlier.
I agree with John.
James Ward-Prowse. Fucking quinoa eating double-barreled fucker. Right.
Double-barreled quinoa eating.
Hey, honestly, do you know what that was today? Because he didn't even show for the ball. That was a coward's performance today. It actually was.
Bullshit.
It was ridiculous. It was John. It was John. He was literally. He was nowhere.
What player did?
No. Alvarez
he did take the safe option. He took the easy option.
He was trying to do things. I mean, Alvarez was putting in shit shots from 30 yards at least. I've never seen 2 shots like that from a West Ham player in the same game.
Up a tier, 2 of them.
Yeah, I know. But what
was being told to play deeper than Alvarez, Nick. We said that.
He was completely out of position.
Well, I'm judging it on the performance, John. He was shit. He was terrible. He was for me.
You're judging it on the Quinoa.
Yes, I am, and that as well. But I'm going to give him a 3. I thought he was awful. I thought every pass that he does, when you consider he's got technical ability, when you consider he's got vision, and we know what his right foot is like, he can pick passes out. I can't really remember a forward pass. Every pass was square and backwards. He was safe. I was not happy with him at all today. Not at all. He's way better than that. Way better than that. And I do blame Moyes for it. I do blame Moyes. But yeah, that's what you get for eating quinoa. Free donkey.
We just didn't need him. We didn't need him. He was a surplus buy.
I know. He was,
Oh,
but
come on.
we had to give Moyes something.
Now you're saying he's a surplus buyer. Come on,
Well,
Gary.
look, listen, we bought him to take free kicks. That is all we bought him for, right?
We actually did.
We literally only bought him to take
Villa,
free kicks.
Olympiacos, and today 3 on a row, 3 on the spin.
Okay, but now you're going to tell me his whole Premiership career, whether it was Southampton or whoever it was, he's played hundreds of games in the Premier League, right? He's got on the Virgil and England squad there or thereabouts in a very congested midfield at England, and now you're writing him off for saying that we didn't need him. I disagree. We did need him. He's had a great start to the season. Yes, he's gone off the ball in the last few games. Why did we need him? Why are we not saying that he's been moist? Why do we buy him?
Why did we need him? Why did we need him? What role did he fill apart from taking free kicks? Apart from taking free kicks, what role did he fill?
This is a
what do you mean? What role does he fill? When he's on the ball, he should be more attacking, Gal. Playing in deep.
We already had Alvarez.
But what I'm saying, I think what you're saying is, if you're talking about playing him as a 10, who are you going to play in a 10, Kudus or Ward-Prowse, John?
We don't need 2 sitters. This is my point.
No, we don't.
So 2 8s. You're saying 2 8s? Yeah, that's how it should be.
It worked better, like it was at the start of the season. Moyes' chain has made him look shit because James Ward-Prowse is playing deep, which he shouldn't be doing. When we started the season well, you said it yourself, we were playing with 2 8s. Now we're playing with 2 4s.
Yeah.
No, I know.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm not going to write him off. So I'm sorry to interrupt you and have a go at you both, but
I love when we refer to like the old system though of real numbers on shirts rather than 28 and 22.
Yeah.
Some of the youngsters won't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Anyway, the one trick pony gets a donkey today. John, over to you for Lucas Paqueta.
Lucas Paqueta today frustrated the fucking life out of me because he
another player that's been shifted out of position.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm going to score him accordingly. I'm not writing him off. I'm not saying what did we buy him for because I know he's a great player, right? I know he's a great player, but I'll judge it today. He was going down easily. He was trying to get free kick after free kick. He was rolling around. He was throwing his arm.
Yellow card was a joke.
Huh?
The yellow card was a joke. He was petulant. Basically, he got pushed over, he dived, and then he got up, fucking reacted badly at the ref, got a yellow card. He basically got himself banned for the next
I agree. When you're not playing bad like that, you need a player like him to get the ball by the horns, get on the ball, and be proactive with it, and try and pick the lock for that, that shit that people say. But he frustrated the life out of me today, and I'm not, people going, he didn't care, he wasn't on it. It just seemed like he was petulant from the off. He might be pissed off he's playing on the left. Who knows? But at the end of the day, he was poor, and I'm going to give him a donkey number 4.
Number 4. I think that's right. Honestly, he's pissing me off at the moment. He's pissing me off.
He did piss me off today.
The mucking around, the showboating. You don't have to showboat every time you get the ball. You just don't have to, right? And that is the mode he's in at the moment. He plays like he doesn't give a fuck anymore, right? And I don't know when that has come about or why it's come about. Whether it's because he's been, shoved down the left and left there. But then that didn't count today. I mean, it could have been. It did count today. He was still on the left.
He has been moist, Gary. It's the same thing. Like we said at the start of the season, we had what you could say. I mean, remember how you was buzzing about Alvarez after the Brighton game? Yeah. We've all been buzzing about Ward-Prowse. Lucas Paqueta got about 4 consecutive man of the match performances for us before the 3-game run. He literally fucking helped us get fantastic results. He is a wonderful player. Moyes has taken the good pieces from that team and shifted them around to the point where they are now fucking all donkeys. Ward-Prowse donkey, Alvarez donkey, Lucas Paqueta donkey. They were all man of the match performances at the start of the season.
Agreed. Like you can't. I know you said about Paqueta, and he's not sure. He looks like he can't be bothered. He's highlighted more on him, but there's a lot more other players that seem the same way as what.
It ain't just him. It ain't just him.
No. But as a fan, Mick, when you're sitting in that stadium, trying to get something to hold on to and trying to get a bit of fucking enthusiasm, when a player's doing that, it frustrates you. Whatever his reasons are, at the very least, stay on your feet and fucking battle. Because as soon as you go down rolling around, we're a player short, and they're on the counter attack.
But he did also. But you know what though, Mickey, you was watching on Saturday today. He did also do some good stuff. He set up a really good chance for Bowen. He had some really good interplay with Kudus as well. Really good. Them two.
That one early when he knocked it over the head of that other defender.
Really good. But basically, you can see with Paqueta now, Paqueta looks for certain players. He likes passing to Kudus. He was literally, those two were kind of on a similar wavelength, you know, because you know what it's like, John, they will pass to a player that they think is going to do something, wouldn't they?
So then what if he knows he's got a player next to him who he can link up with and he wants to pass? What is the object of rolling around on the floor? Who's he trying to kid?
No, I'm not defending that. I'm not. But what I'm saying is it weren't all bad today. He did do some good stuff as well.
There was a lot of throwing arms around today, mate. There was a lot of throwing arms around from him, in my opinion.
There was. Right, Bowen. Right, Gary, Bowen, all effort, not much else from him today. He did miss two chances as well, not clinical.
Sorry, you asking me to score him, or are you doing it yourself?
I'm just affecting your score. So,
well, you just Gary Bowen. I thought he was a bit affected. No. I thought. Listen, I thought for that period of the first half, first 20 minutes, I thought he was really industrious and he was getting involved and really unlucky. He missed the one that Paqueta set him up for as well. I thought late in the game as well, he got better. There was a big middle section where Bowen didn't do very much. Again, though, I'm confused as to whether it was Bowen or whether it was Soufal on that side. Yeah, because I do think Bowen would be twice the player if we had an Emerson at right back.
Oh, all day long. Yeah. He wouldn't have to babysit him because do you know what I did? Do you know what I did notice today? Bowen's defensive work is just tremendous. It is. Yeah, I mean, how he comes back and the tackling that he makes and the tracking back, he's fucking fantastic. He is.
Six. Six.
Yeah, I say that.
That's fine. Right. Mickey, you get Mickey.
I ain't like having a go at this geezer because he's literally the only one who can play
that role
as a striker in a MOYES system. It genuinely is. We've had, like I said earlier, we've had goal scorers that score goals for other teams, but not really do it for us. And it's because of that position. It's an hard one to play that.
It's been proven now, the amount of strikers we've gone through.
Yeah. But saying that he is our striker, he didn't. I thought he wasn't. It was another.
You've got to score him accordingly. I know.
Is he a striker?
No, I have. I've got a.
Is he a striker or is he a representative at the top of the pitch?
He's a false
however you want to see it, however you want to call it, Gal. He is our striker. Like he's our striker who's got 50 league goals for our club.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But yeah, I think I'd have to. For me personally, for Antonio, I think I'll go 4.
Yeah, he's got to be donked, hasn't he? He's got to be donked.
A 4.
Brutal.
He was bad. I thought he was bad.
I didn't think he was terrible.
He weren't terrible, but then
I mean he weren't like Paqueta bad or Alvarez or Ward-Prowse, but
he weren't as bad as last week.
No. But that's the thing, though. If you're going to go off of last week, he looked brilliant today compared to the last two games. But he wasn't brilliant. So that's my thing.
Last week, he was stopping all of our counter attacks and basically ruining everything when we tried to get forward. I think this week he didn't.
No.
He put in the effort. He did look tired on half an hour.
He did.
Right.
Right. I'll score our game changer from the bench.
Made all the difference, didn't he? Made all the difference. Key substitution at the right time from Mr. Moyes.
What the fuck did he do? You take off one player who, in this game, was a bit of a spare part in Ward-Prowse. He wasn't really affecting the game at all. You replace him with Souček.
Yeah, it's amazing. Really good call. Really good call.
Yeah, 4 for me. Did nothing. Absolutely did nothing. Nothing whatsoever. That's a nice easy one. Right, John. Benny.
Ben Rama was same as old when he had quite a lot of the ball, to be honest with you, but he did absolutely
he was
sod with
trying.
it.
He was trying today. He was showing.
Yeah,
He shows for the ball, doesn't he? He shows. For
he wasn't. He had plenty of opportunities where he could have put the cross in the box, but he kept delaying the cross and coming back round. And he's like a duck with a broken wing. Sometimes just goes around in circles. I'm not sure if he feels he has to do a bit of skill to impress the fans, but he's got to realise, in my opinion, sometimes he ain't going to beat players with pace, right? Generally, he's just got to whip across him from time to time and put the fucking ball in the box. Stop dicking around with it. He didn't do much for me. I'd give him I wouldn't donkey him up because he wasn't on the pitch forever. I'd give him a 5.
Yeah. Is there something to be said as well, right? When you're doing this, so say for instance, when David Moyes makes these changes, you've got Antonio in there who had fuck all service in that game, right? Leave Antonio on the pitch, shift Bowen to the left wing, put Benny on the right, task them with running down the wing so that they know that they haven't got to worry about crossing the ball in with their weak foot. They can actually go down the wing and whip a ball in, like you're saying, John. Why does Moyes never ever do that? Just for moments in games, go conventional so that he can get a supply in to the striker.
We know why. We've discussed this for 18 months.
But I don't know why. I don't know why.
He likes the inverted wingers because they can cut back in and they can put that cross under the goalkeeper's throat. That's what he wants them to do.
But they don't cut back in, and obviously the other teams, if they're seeing them cut back in all the time, they're wise to that, aren't they? They're wise to that. A lot of times Ben Rama, for instance, finds himself on his left foot trying to cross. Right, he runs to the byline and he tries to cross. It'd be far better if he was on the right hand side doing that. He could use his right foot.
All right, Gary, you can have Danny Ings.
What did you think of him, Nick? Before I start.
What did I think of him? What did I think of him? I thought he did fuck all, Gary, basically. I thought it was a pointless substitution.
He didn't touch the ball.
It was a pointless substitution.
Touched it once.
Did he touch it once?
Yeah.
Was it? Did he lose possession with that once?
But again, how many times did they try to play the ball over the defence for him to run onto? How many times did they play slide rule passes through for them to run onto?
They didn't. The striker, like I said, the striker is just like the front bit of the team. It ain't really a focal point. It ain't somewhere we're aimed to. Or get players up alongside a striker. We know that. It's a waste of time. Unless the striker can do what Marko and Nautovic did and actually make the chances himself and run from deep and make chances himself, or Mickey when he's in beast mode, which he can't do very often, but when he's in beast mode, he does that, doesn't he? But that is what Moyes' attacking strategy is. It is set pieces and individual flashes of genius. Words and pictures, £5. Thank you, Words and Pictures. Pay good money to see Nick versus Moyes in a ring.
All you'd see, right? This is what you'd see. You'd see David Moyes defending until my windmills had almost fucking made me collapse on the canvas. That's all that you'd see. Because he wouldn't throw a punch, Moyes. He'd basically go, I'll play the pragmatic game, and I would. I'd end up getting carried out on a stretcher.
You wouldn't catch him, would you? You wouldn't catch him.
I got the win. I got the
chasing him around the wing.
I got the knockout. There you go.
I think this is a great point from Adam Nichols Music. Can people make their names shorter though? Cannot blame Danny Ings at all. What the fuck do people think he's meant to do? We could have Haaland up front and he wouldn't score or ever see the ball. This is the point, people.
Hang on.
If you're providing no service, what do you think any striker's going to do?
But we just scored Antonio 4, John. We just scored Antonio 4.
I listened to. Because
you've got to score him accordingly. You can't. You have to score him accordingly.
Yeah. I know, but I'm still waiting for Gary's score.
I listened to an Everton. Give him a 5. I can't donkey him, can I? He's barely on the pitch. But this is what I was listening to an Everton podcast, and they were talking about Moyes always preferred playing one striker up front. And when you look at the strike, basically what he does today, they said it's a modern day version of Everton, exactly the same. He's never changed. It was always safety first. Pragmatic, they called him. They said Dyche is pragmatic as well. But again, Dyche is in an earlier stage of the cycle. It will turn to shit for him eventually.
He just can't coach a striker. He just can't do it.
He don't think the striker's important, Mickey. I don't think he thinks the striker is an important position.
Gary, I had 2 Everton fans earlier on comment on my video, on my match reaction, and say, be careful what you wish for. I blocked them.
Yeah.
Right. So, Everton fans, I blocked them.
Don't say that.
You know what? If you want him, I'll drive him back up there. You can have him and you can keep him.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway. Right, Mickey, you can have Peter Wanks, and he was Peter Wanks today.
He was. He kept starting the game.
lost control of the game, didn't he?
Yeah, and he stopped starting all the time, and it was a painful watch anyway without that, and that just made it double painful having him in control of it.
Do you know what? Do you know what the most annoying thing he did was? Sorry, Mickey. Did you see when their player was injured off the pitch and he stopped the game? What the fuck was that about? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Second half.
Nick, one for you. The Everton fans had a fair point. They've been awful since he left because he was brilliant.
Alfie, don't push your luck.
Yeah, I think
he said stuff. I swear he says stuff just
he
to the
does.
fight.
He
does. He's a bastard. Right. Anyway, right. Go on, Mickey.
Give him a free.
A free.
Yeah, I'm not that bothered about him. To be fair to you, fuck him. Give him a donkey.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. Oh look, it's my turn on Moyes. I don't want to talk about him. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give someone else the opportunity. Let's give it to John. Go on, John. Off you go, mate.
Well, I've been early on in the season. I said you should have took the donkey's head off of Moyes.
Do you back me up now?
Well, no, I'm not backing you. I'm not backing you up. I'm judging it on a game per game basis.
So what you're saying is you was wrong, yeah?
No, I'm never saying wrong. He did do what we all wanted in terms of starting Kudus, but he lacks any sort of motivation from the sideline. I was watching him a lot of the time. He didn't really know what to do. He was just standing with his arms folded. He does this pose a lot, doesn't he?
He does.
Like he's really thinking. I like the exaggerated look at me thinking a lot pose. He annoyed me today. He didn't. I mean, technically he picked the right team, but he just had them all in the wrong places. So I'll give him a 4.
He's retired the stare glumly at the ground look that he was embracing last season.
Do you know he writes notes for the players before they come on? Apparently
this is brilliant.
He drew a picture of a football for Souček before he came on today. That's what he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 4. I'm happy with that. I would have gone lower, but he's still got his donkey. He's always going to have his donkey. It's never coming off. Right. Anyway, man of the match has got to be Kudus.
Yeah. For me, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's got to be Kudus.
I thought Kudus, Bowen, and Cresswell, the only players really that, for me personally, could held their head up a little bit higher. You know?
Barriola, that save was probably the best bit of the game for me. I love that save.
It was a fantastic save, wasn't it? Strong hands, Mickey. Strong hands.
That and Aguirre fucked up cross, which almost went in. That Pickford had to tip over.
Yeah. When you play at a high level centre back like me, Mick, goalkeepers do your head in, mate. Wankers.
Okay, that is that one. Job done. Right, go through some comments, John. I'll get my phone set up.
All right, mate, calm down. Why don't you get your phone set up before the show starts? Every week we have to watch you.
He phones me every week. I
had a drama before I started. All right.
I
say? Do you know what, everyone? Do you know I'm like a top level manager? Right. I had a game. Listen, I had a game today.
Semi-professional.
Listen to this, right? I had a game today. We went 1-0 down. We was away. We was in Letchworth, right up near Stevenage. 1-0 down.
Don't count because there's no crowd.
Listen, we had a massive crowd, right? We went 1-0 down. The forwards weren't doing their job, so I had 2 central midfielders in there that were doing all right. But I thought I've got to get it was an early morning. The forwards were doing fuck all. They're great players, but they were just standing on the shoulders of the defender. So what I did was I took the two midfielders out, put the 2 forwards back. Basically, I made 4 tactical changes today. 2 minutes after I made every change, we got a goal. We ended up winning 5-1.
Nick, you are fucking incredible. You are amazing.
Every change
you
I
are
made,
some manager,
dynamic
Nick.
Changes from the bench. I was shifting things around. Everything. It's never happened before. Everything. When I was in the car with Ben on the way back, he went, "Shut up, Dad." He said it was luck.
Did you fucking nag his ears off all the way home about how good you are? Did you?
You are the non-league boys.
Every change I made, it let go. It was fucking unbelievable.
Did you replay your thought process to Ben on the way home?
Unbelievable. Yeah, it was really
well
thought out.
Incredible.
You
sound amazing, Nick.
Comments. Jesus, I've got a stalker here. Look, El Chico says he sits next to me, weirdo. Did you notice how he always looks back to the bench and moans? Pathetic. Yeah, he does.
John, I know, it's terrible.
No, Moyes. A lot of it is like he's on stage a little bit. Did Moyes tell you we have had European football for 3 years running? He won us our first trophy in 43 years. Steve, West Ham Bellend. Moyes ballsed up Thursday and today, correct? RB says Moyes looks like he's won a competition while he's doing while he's doing football. Someone's having a day off. What? I don't get that. West Ham Online, everyone's favourite annoying little fucker. A 4 for Moyes. JWP shouldn't have been dropped into a double pivot.
We agree.
Should be at the attacking midfield role. I said this before you come on, Alfie, just so you know, mate. Don't
basically what he's done is John. What he's done is he's listened to what you've said and he's just copied you. That's what he's done. That's what he's done.
Me. I should start up my own thing. I should call myself John Online because I know more than Alfie.
John,
quality
one from Hammers Mikey. Look, give Moyes a break. He's got credit in the bank.
Paul Riley says, I'm dreading the Arsenal game now. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking forward to it. That's what Paul says. We met Paul, didn't we? Yeah, nice teaser.
It was like being there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's from Qatar, as you can tell. Matty B says, I thought Moyes should have had a shirt and tie on like Daesh and Hurst did before the game when laying the reefs. Poor form. I hadn't noticed that. That's a good
did he have a fucking tracksuit on, did he?
Yeah, he did. He had a tracksuit on.
He always does.
Notice of that, to be fair to you.
Massive white trainers.
So we're thinking about. So whilst we're all contemplating and applauding two greats of the football world, Matty B's looking at Moyes' tracksuit. Alfie's kissing ass. Great show, gentlemen. Whatever.
Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers.
You've gone full circle, Alfie.
Yeah. Sam David. I heard his note to Zuma was a picture of an ambulance and a question mark.
Yeah, it's working. Can
you all hear that? Yeah.
Who are you ringing?
Just Gary. Hang on.
Thomas McKeever says, I'm playing all the right notes, but not necessarily in the right order.
Yeah.
Darren Potter. Yeah, it's true. Darren Potter says, John is SpongeBob, the new West Ham mascot. Fuck off.
John's going to burn that shirt afterwards.
To be fair, John, you could just simply be Hammerhead.
Yeah, fair enough, Alfie. Come on then.
Come on then, Alf, give us a call, son. I've never spoken to you. You can't. I'm joking. I like Alfie.
Shall I put a filter on it? Shall I put a filter on his voice and turn him into fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks? Hang on.
No, I respect anyone that has an opinion and sticks by it. I don't have to agree with him. He don't have to agree with me. Oh, fuck off. Look, new one. Look, bird's eye potato waffle.
Hang on.
I've never heard that one.
Right, it's going to be busy tonight. So, Gary, we're going to do the 10-minute thing. You ready?
Yeah, but I'm going to start a timer and then step away for a couple of minutes.
Right, okay.
I will 10 minutes, 10-minute max.
We're going to try and do 10 minits because I think it's going to be a lot of calls tonight.
I'll do it on my phone.
Right, Luke, you got 10 minutes. Do your worst.
Go on in, John.
I'm surprised I got in actually. Hold on, I've got to turn the TV down.
You're eating into your time.
You're eating into your time, mate.
That's 10 seconds gone already, Luke.
It's like 10. I ain't going to need 10 minutes because Nick will keep me off after this. It's fine. I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate today.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, it's not devil's advocate. It's just the fact that at least, as much as it didn't work today,
he played Caduce. I know what you're going to say.
He played Caduce. He took off 2 checks, right? And it was. I was surprised. It was one of those things where I think he used to do it years ago, Moyes, when he was actually good. We were doing right a few years back. He would be a bit sort of unpredictable with his lineups and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see. It was, John, it started going, do you know what? Fair play. It might go to shit. I might put you out of the job, but at least you've actually done what we're calling for. Unfortunately, probably he went with, no different setup or tactics, etc. But for once, I was like, no, do you know what? Fair play. You've at least done it. You should have been doing 5 games ago or wherever it was, but at least he done what most of the fans have been calling. But because I've only got 10 minutes, I'll try and get through my main point. But another point is I won't bring up the Twitter spat that you went through a little while back.
Yep.
But I've been seeing on Twitter and Facebook there's a lot of people, because of this result, I've tweeted about it myself, that it's kind of become almost popular now. That it's now popularised the Moyes out thing, whereas I think 2 games ago or even a game ago, anyone that was Moyes out was ungrateful, was narrow-minded, deluded, you name it, all the names.
Yep.
We had no right to be Moyes out because of what he's done for the club, or we still do. And now because he's done what the majority of the fans have been calling for, and we still didn't get the result, whichever way it is. That's the fact. The players play the result. Now it's okay for people to go, oh, he's Moyes out, and then they're saying, oh no, he's been
but my
3
argument,
or 4 games or whatever.
But my argument here, Luke, my argument here is too little, too late. You wait until the team morale has gone down, until you're on your arse, until you're almost forced into making a change, and then you make that change and just hope for it to work.
No, I'm basically agreeing with you. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people that are having to go at you, who are having to go at other people, that anyone that spoke up and said Moyes has to go, kind of even when things are going well, which is the hardest time to be Moyes out.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of stupid. But now the fact that it's happened today, suddenly someone's like, oh, this has been crap for 3 or 4 games. Hold on. I never saw. Maybe I'm being blind. Maybe I've missed it somewhere along the lines. But it seemed to be that you couldn't say you were Moyes out a week ago. And now in a week's space of time, suddenly we have been poor in the last 4 or 5 games, and Moyes hasn't got a clue. And this has been like it for a while. He's been showing this break. The cracks have been appearing for ages, and this is the final straw. Going, whoa. Hold on, this is what the Moyes out crowd have been saying for ages, but no one was listening to them.
No.
Everyone just thought they were being negative, and it wasn't their style, and your style over substance and bias. But no,
absolutely,
there's nothing wrong with being. It's the fact that it's fine. Play your low block, play your defensive system, play all that sort of stuff. Play the players that really shouldn't be playing, but you've got to be good at it. You've got to be conceding no goals and winning 1-0s. You've got to make sure the players you're playing are actually on form and playing. So that's the thing. All this done. Sorry.
That's the thing this season is that I refuse to call it a low block. It's fucking sitting deep, right?
Parking the bus,
whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not being rude to you. That phrase annoys me because it's not an Americanism. But
they've created a technical phrase for fucking parking the bus.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah. It's just bullshit. Yeah. It's at the end of the day, you're right, because it's not working. We're conceding goals in every game, aren't we? So
it hasn't worked for a little while now.
If the very thing that Moyes is meant to be known for isn't working, then you're in even more of a shit, I think. Because it's what he's meant to be.
Because he can't do anything else. Because he can't do anything else.
Yeah. Then
you're and to top it off, in a small way, we beat Sheffield United 2-0, whereas Newcastle put 8 past them and Arsenal put 5 past them yesterday. So it's a little bit. I know Man City only drew 1-0, but it's kind of a little highlight going, well, hold on. If we've only put 2 past them, we should have put them more.
But even that one, I said, do you know the Sheffield United game? That was like Moyes' chance to kind of really give the fans something. Because, if we'd have gone out full pelt against Sheffield United in that second half, we'd have blown them off the park. We'd have blown them off the park. He'd have at least given us, but he'd have at least given us something back. We could have looked back and gone, that was a fucking phenomenal game that was.
For me, Moyes, as it's been, first of all, he thinks giving us the trophy is him giving stuff. That's all we should be thankful for, is the trophy. Everything else just leads to him, right?
That's all these supporters keep on saying. That's all. Whenever you say anything, he wants a trophy.
You've had your party sort of thing, and that's it. You enjoy that right now. Let me get on my job. But basically, when you hear about, I think, I don't know if everyone's heard it, the James Collins interview on West Ham Fan TV when he's going through what it's like to play, sort of thing.
Yeah,
I think he joined Aston Villa, and he was expecting Martin O'Neill to be giving him some really in-depth, defensive, instructions and saying this and saying that. And basically said, "What do you want me and Richard Dunn to do, or do whoever was partnering him?" He goes, "Well, I signed you to defend. So when the ball comes in the box, you read it out." They were like, "Oh, anything else?" He's like, "No, that's your job. Do it." And this is the thing. Moyes is a very old-fashioned, and his job when he was a player was a defender. And an old-fashioned defender will only want to do one thing, and that's literally just do the basics and do the basics well. And you don't go away from that. You just do the basics. End of. You're not bothered about being pre.
It's just enough. It's just enough, Luke.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. 1-0 wins is all that matters, and that's it. You go home and that's if you won the game, you've done your job. That's it.
Well, whilst I understand that, whilst I understand what you're saying, I don't disagree. It doesn't have to always be like that. I mean, Pep Guardiola was a CDM, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yes.
He doesn't play defensive football. I know it's a bit of extreme.
It's a different realm, though.
CDM for Barcelona. CDM for Barcelona.
A team that was like what we were in the 80s. We were a bit of the one nice team to watch out of everyone else. So apparently, was what I've been told. But that's I totally understand what you're getting at. Not every manager who's played that role is going to think the same thing. But it's when you look back on the old days, the best managers haven't played professional football for very long or been successful in it. They're normally the ones that you don't really know about, and suddenly they become good managers.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at Gary O'Neill, used to play for us. He's doing really well at Wolves, did well at Bournemouth. He's possibly
good
a
manager.
potential to be a manager for us in the future. You know, I'm not saying I want him, but he could, you know, he's a potential for someone we might want when Moyes eventually leaves. But yeah, so that was it. So thanks for having me on that.
But I think that is a fair point though, Luke. I think look, and it
I know,
ain't just
John, I know.
but it ain't just me that's had loads of shit. Like you said, there's been so many people. There's been so many people that there's been so many people that have fucking been battered on social media at the moment for having a different opinion. And do you know what?
Yeah,
it shouldn't be like that at all.
No,
you know?
it shouldn't. I mean, they're manipulating, you know, what they're saying now to suit the current situation. So, oh look, we had loads of possession. That's what you've been asking for. Yeah, it didn't work, did it? Well, we didn't ask for the possession today. Everton made us have that possession.
I must admit, just before I finish, I know maybe time's almost up, but I must admit, as much as I do agree with a lot of you got to say, Nick, I think you're being a bit harsh, Nick, where Ward-Prowse is concerned. I think
a lot of people do. A lot of people do.
You know
but
I mean?
mate,
I think
you eat quinoa, don't you, Luke? I can tell you got Luke without a fucking K. Luke with a C. You definitely eat quinoa.
If it can't be barbecued, Nick, don't eat it.
I prefer the K, to be honest. It wasn't my choice. I would be KE, but that's not my choice. But that's a different matter. But yeah, no, I think there's a bit hard.
Very harsh. Very harsh. Listen, Nick called him a one-trick pony when we bought him. He liked him for 3 games. Now he hates him again. That's Nick.
The Colts of quinoa. This is the next thing we've got to face.
I just think, look, it's the same. The situation. The situation is exactly what John said. It's bring players in. Same with Alvarez, right? You bring him in. They're used to playing in a certain role, and he tries to play him in a different fucking role.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Look. When he came in, like I say, I literally he was brilliant. He was brilliant when he came in. So much so that in the first half an hour that I'd seen him, I held my hands up and went, "I fucked up here. He looks good." So there is definitely there is definitely.
But he was here, there, and everywhere, wasn't he, Ward-Prowse? Like, he was all over the pitch. But then it's like Moyes has said, no, that's your zone.
Get in that box.
Get in that box. Don't come out of that zone anymore. And
even his set pieces are a bit underwhelming. Like, I'm not being funny.
I agree.
I really, those forms are great. But he hasn't got one that's in perfect. He hasn't got one in perfect Payet position yet.
No, he's not Payet. No, he's not Payet though. He's not Payet.
No, I'm not saying he is. I know he's not saying
he's a pound shot Payet.
You're being Nick, Luke, you know what's happening here, Luke, didn't you? You know, like we say some of the West Ham players are being Moyes. You're being nicked, mate. You're being nicked.
I'll tell you what. Next time he gets a direct free kick, the goalkeeper will say to his, well, don't worry about it.
Yeah, leave it to me. Leave it to me, boys.
Again, no, I play Moyes. Only Moyes can turn the dead ball specialist into what we're seeing now.
He will never break. He will never. David Moyes is going to be responsible for James Ward-Prowse never breaking David Beckham's record, and he just needs one more. That's all he needs. One more goal.
What happened today? Why was he off of the set pieces? All of a sudden, Cresswell's back. Why? Who made that decision?
I explained earlier on because Cresswell's a naughty scouser. And he's a quinoa eating pussy. That's what he is.
So he was going to let his tyres down
because of the knob.
Yeah. But anyway, Luke Bailey, that's enough. You've had 11 minutes. You broke all the rules.
Cheers, Luke.
Sorry, I apologise. You should have hung me up. You should have hung me up. Should have done what you should do most weekends, mate. Just cut you in the middle.
I know. But cheers for the call, mate. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much.
No worries. Cheers, boys.
See you later.
Bye.
Right. Listen, I've got loads of calls. Oh, fuck me.
Good call till he said he agreed mostly with what Nick said.
Exactly. Right. Alfie.
Oh, no.
Nick.
Hello, mate. Well, you've got 5 minutes.
I cannot wait to be on here and talking to the lovely gentlemen on the show tonight.
Yeah, it's West Ham Online. Right, Alfie, you got 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, God. Oh, dear, 4 minutes. Jesus Christ.
No, go on. You got 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Come on, talk to me.
I'd like to defend my mate James Ward-Prowse, who.
No. Let's
let him finish.
Go on.
Firstly, regarding his set pieces.
Yeah.
Now, do you notice most of the set pieces that we're winning are in the positions for a left footer? And the reason for that is the only one who can win a set piece is Jarrod Bowen.
Yeah.
He's the master at winning set pieces.
Yeah.
Cuts inside, draws fouls.
Yeah.
On the other side, we don't have anyone who can do that.
Yep.
Because Lucas Paquette is a left-footed player playing on the left. He doesn't cut in as naturally from a dribbling sense. And Moyes, I've got to blame Moyes for this, and I blame Moyes on social media, whether people would like to acknowledge it or not.
Fuck me.
Certain people won't. But he's dropped him 10 yards deep. Why? He's never been good in a double pivot. And look,
well, Alfie,
new contract,
Alfie, you're his biggest supporter. You tell me, why is David Moyes done that?
Alfie?
I don't know. Look, I'm his biggest supporter, but I am his biggest supporter, but I don't agree with everything. I'm not sitting there with blinkers on. I don't stand that. If I was a fan of a certain car, I wouldn't run into the road and look to get run over. Just because I'm a fan of Moyes doesn't mean that I can vouch for everything he does. And I admit the Ward-Prowse thing is complete stupidity. He's never been good in a double pivot. Anyone who watched him at Southampton would tell you what's his best attribute: crossing in the right half space.
Yeah.
It's been moved 10 yards deep. I mean, I don't agree with it. Is it to do with the new assistant that's come in?
Oh, don't do me a favour. Right, can I ask you something else? I'll tell you what. Now listen, I'll tell you what, Alfie. Right. So you've given us one hit on Moyes. Explain to me, Danny Ings. We know he can't play up front on his own. Why does David Moyes persist with it? Explain that one.
Pure stupidity. That's another thing that you said to me the other day. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. He's never been good up front on his own. I can't understand it.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. As I say, I love David Moyes, but some things I can't explain. And Danny Ings has always been best in the two-man strike force. I watched him in his last season at Villa, to be honest, and although he was scoring goals, he was absolutely flipping terrible. So I think overall he's done, but certainly not as a lone striker.
Right, now, you appear to have won a lot of people in the chat back over, so now I'm going to turn everyone against you again. Can you tell me about Alvarez, please? What are your thoughts on Alvarez?
Well, I think I'm about to get lynched off the nearest road. But
oh no, is this no?
I think.
Oh no.
Someone sent me what he said.
Overrated. I really do. I think I don't look. I'm not saying he's a terrible player.
You did say he was a terrible player.
No, not terrible. Not terrible. I said he has to play. He's the best defensive midfielder we've got.
You said that Stuyton's been mugged off, and now we've got to look at Stuyton.
Yeah, in possession, it looks like he's like every time he's on the ball, it looks like he's trying to go.
But what you said about Ward-Prowse is equally as applicable to Alvarez. Alvarez is being asked to do a role now where Ward-Prowse or Souček or someone just in his fucking way. Let him do his primary role, which is sit in front of the back four and dominate like he was doing earlier on.
And also, Alfie, do you know what you were talking about earlier on? That defence that Gary was talking about there, where you said James Ward-Prowse is not a central defensive midfielder. He shouldn't be in that double pivot. Do you know what? Likewise, with a CDM, I've said this to you before, it can confuse things. If you don't have a competent partner, which we both agree, James Ward-Prowse is not a competent CDM. If you're playing him next to Alvarez, that is not helping Alvarez's game, is it?
No.
Be honest.
No, look, I'm under no... Obviously, I can see the issues that's going on here, but I just genuinely, even from his best games have been against Brighton. That I'd say Brighton was his best game. And how many times did he pass the ball? It certainly weren't a high rate.
He did win in that game.
He was a destroyer against Brighton, and I loved watching him in that game. He sat there in front of the back four looking for danger, and he pounced like a fucking viper. That is what he did, and that is what he did for Ajax as well. And then we've stopped using him in that way. I mean, in the last game against Villa, we had pretty much 3 CDMs playing.
Yeah, I saw somebody giving I saw somebody give an analysis of that, especially you know that Brighton game and then Chelsea, and they said the way that we used Alvarez in that game was perfect because we used because what it was, we used the 2-8s and we created a funnel and we directed players towards him. That's what we did. We directed players towards him, and he cleaned up. That was it.
Alfie.
That's what we did.
He's a stopper. He's a stopper.
Alfie, but
his attributes are limited for the price we paid.
Yeah, but Alfie, mate, you've just accepted the fact. You're questioning Alvarez but really it's down to David Moyes because you've just accepted that he was brilliant against Brighton because he'd done the very thing that he's good at, and now
he was brilliant.
We're trying to get Alvarez to play a different style of football. So whose fault is that?
Yeah, and also, so James Ward-Prowse was awful today, wasn't he? And he has been in the past few games. And you pin that on David Moyes, David Moyes' door. Okay, that's fine because he's being played out of possession. Why do you not give Lucas Paqueta the same kind of, because he's being played out of possession as well? I'm just trying to throw you under the bus here, but
my main issue, I'm really getting chucked under the bus here. But my main issue is with Lucas Paqueta is the comparisons that he was getting, comparisons to people like Payet and being told.
No. I'm just saying,
different player,
but talk about Paqueta. And because don't forget, Lucas Paqueta's had 3 or 4 man of the match performances this year. He's been phenomenal, but he's gone to shit in the last 3 games. Yes, but Lucas Paqueta, James Ward-Prowse, and Alvarez have all gone off the boil at the same time. All of them, they've all gone off the boil at the same time.
Mick, who was you on the show with the other day, Nick?
What's that?
Who was you on the show with the other day when you was on with them on another channel, and they said, and see if Alfie agrees. Paqueta's the best all-round player we've had at West Ham for a long time. Tommy
said that. When Tommy's on it, not in terms of look, and I do kind of agree with that. When Paqueta's on his game, because if you look before the last 3 games, Paqueta was top for West Ham in all of his ball recoveries, through balls, and everything else. He's a phenomenal player. And I know what you're saying, and I think players like this, I think they do get flack, right? They do get flack because, and you know what? And I'm going to say this now because we've come to depend on Paqueta to change our fortunes because he's such a great player. In the same way, and I know you're going to agree with this, that fans turn on Antonio when he doesn't score us goals, and that everyone calls him shit when he's getting no service. You agree with that?
Look, I completely agree. The thing is with Paqueta. You're saying about how he got man of the match in 3 or 4 games.
He did, mate. He did.
The best game I've seen him play this season was against Liverpool. I thought it was ridiculous. He was playing off the left. I genuinely think his head has dropped in the last 2 or 3. He's not been at races. I hate the thing where he plays around with it in his own half, and that's not to do with positions. And even when he was playing left centre mid, in terms of roles, it wasn't too dissimilar. Obviously, with Creswell playing with him, I can totally see why he's not playing very well because as decent as Creswell was today, he can't bomb past him like Emerson can.
No.
Mr. Mason can put that back up. He'll find it funny.
Alfie,
Mr. Mason says, "Go on, John."
Alfie sounds like he's on a radio phone-in explaining a previous friendship with Philip Schofield.
So, Mr. Mace gives it to everyone. Don't worry. It's fine.
Can I say something that might get people back on side?
Go on.
Sorry? Go on.
As much as I love Moyes, I sent you the evidence the other day, Nick.
Yes, and I haven't said anything. I was true to my word.
Yeah. But when people were talking about sacking Moyes last year, and this was last year, 2022.
Yeah.
My 2 options to replace him were completely different stylistically to Moyes. That they were Michael Carrick and Ange
Postecoglou.
Yeah.
So yes, I like Moyes, but I don't think it's his way or the highway. There's no way I'm saying that.
You don't just like Moyes though, Alfie, do you? Like
you defend him to the hill.
Oh, no,
but you do defend him a lot when it's hard to defend him. Like,
but this is what we don't get though. So if you were, for instance, I mean, I think you'll agree. Obviously, Postecoglou, we know what he can do. But if you look at maybe what's potentially more impressive, I know he had a bit of a drop off, but he's coming back again. If you look at what Carrick is doing with fuck all. The high energy pressing game, what he's managing to achieve. Why would you adore a manager like Moyes when you also like these other managers? That's what I don't get. And how can you not see that with the group of players that we've got, we would be better off under a new manager, wouldn't we? Now at this stage,
I just appreciate all types of football. Another manager I appreciate is Thomas Frank, who I watched his game against Chelsea yesterday. Plays very similar stylistically to Moyes, obviously with a worse team, but all different types of football I like. But obviously, if you believe that we have a crop of players that's capable of taking the game to the opposition, then yes.
Yeah.
Stylistically, someone like Michael Carrick might be a good fit, who I think is unbelievable. I think he has the levels to go to what Postecoglou's doing and beyond with the right squad.
Yeah.
But then there's examples of managers who have taken that step and haven't done it. Graham Potter
Frank
was getting
Lampard,
ridiculous
Gerrard,
amount of time.
Lampard.
But what I'll tell you,
Yeah.
we've got a question for you because we have got to cut it short, Alfie, tonight because I've got loads of calls to get back to. So Sharky, member for a month. Well done, Sharky.
Yeah.
He said, "Does Alfie think now, as you once did a couple of games ago, very prematurely, do you think that Moyes should get a new contract now?"
Oh, hesitation.
Not at the moment. I'd hold off.
You'd hold off. What until
I'd
when?
hold off.
Until Burnley.
Yeah, until what? What would make you give him a new contract?
I think I'd wait till around the new year to reassess.
What? So if we okay.
If you thought we was getting Carrick in, would you happily say goodbye to Moyes? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the thing. Let me ask you. Ask you another question. If Moyes got sacked tomorrow and we brought Carrick in, would you be disappointed?
That was my question.
If he got sacked tomorrow and we got Carrick in, I wouldn't be disappointed.
You've repackaged it.
I love my Carrick.
He just sold it in his own question.
I would
His own
also
brand.
be absolutely devastated to see the death of a legend.
Let me word it a little bit differently.
Death of a legend.
Yeah.
That's a bit fucking emotional, isn't it?
That's
Death
a bit
of
emotional.
legend. I mean, fucking hell. He'd be paid off handsomely. He's got, God knows how many millions he'll walk away. He's on like 5 million a year. This ain't some guy that's going to have a hard time, is it?
No, that's fine. Well, look, at the end of the day, Alfie is completely on the turn. We can see that. So I'm looking forward to talking to him over the next few weeks. You're completely on the turn. Alf, you're completely. You're on the route. Alf, you're on the route.
I got told Alfie's ordered one of these.
Yeah, he has. He wanted the coffee one though.
No, I've not got my mug.
Alfie, we are going to let you go. Thank you very much for the call. We've given you 12 minutes. All right.
See you later.
But yeah, well done, mate. We'll get you back on. We'll get you back on next week when you're going to regress even further in your love for Moyes. All right.
When we beat Arsenal in the cup, I'll come on here with a shrine of David Moyes.
I hope we do beat Arsenal in the cup. But
Damien D'Amico says that Alfie will be signing for Claret and Booze in the summer. Alfie,
we can't afford Alfie.
Gary, is your Wi-Fi not working?
Yeah. Hey? Cheers, Alf. Alfie, gonna have to let you go. I'll speak to you later.
Is it working?
Before the show started, Gary said he's got a Wi-Fi radiator, but he's gone and got a cardigan on.
Oh no! I'm not in my new office. I'm in my old office.
A Wi-Fi radiator.
Right, I've got Darren Poulter now. Let's see if he's still here.
Brilliant, John. You'd love it.
Who's it? Darren who?
You'd never
Darren
managed
Poulter.
to turn it on, no, John. You'd never managed to turn it
Potter.
on.
You're right.
Hello, Darren. You all right, mate?
Yeah.
Not bad. Just returning your call.
Yeah, cool.
What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, he's returning your call. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Shit Moyes has been, really.
Lovely. I'm all for that. Go on.
Yeah.
Far away.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what Alfie's talking about because Moyes has done fuck all this year. It's got worse and worse. And today, why the hell did he take Ward-Prowse off, put Souček on?
That was amazing.
That was fucking stupid. He should have put Fornals on.
Amazing.
Changed the game, that did, Darren.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But Darren, do you know when you was watching that game earlier, right? Because I don't know whether you saw my match reaction. I've got to be honest. I got wound up, and I turned in. I flipped into a rant later in the video because throughout that game, I had no emotion watching it. I was just I was ambivalent. I wasn't disappointed. I was just flat. There was nothing. And I came upstairs begrudgingly to record that video. I thought I've got to get myself, sights up here a little bit. And in the end, I'm looking at my own face. I ended up winding myself up. But
we all feel.
So grim in the stadium as well, Nick. It was so grim over there.
Oh, did you notice though in the stadium there was quite a few empty seats there?
Yeah, but wasn't it quiet though? Wasn't it quiet?
Yeah, there was
I was talking about my for 11 minutes in the second half.
Was you?
Yeah, to two of the blokes next to me telling them about my electric taxi. 11 minutes I was talking about it.
You're proud of that electric taxi, ain't you, John?
I'm doing my bits.
But it seems like none of the players are interested either.
Basically drives a Prius now.
Yeah. A black Prius. 80
Listen,
grand.
He's phoned up and you're interrupting him. Let Darren...
Sorry,
Darren.
Sorry, Darren. Sorry, mate.
Darren, he's rude.
That's all right. And it seems like the players ain't interested either. They're just can't be bothered.
It's starting to look like that, isn't it? It's starting to look like that.
Or anything now.
Yeah. Paqueta has lost interest clearly.
He's lost dressing room now.
Yeah. I think Ben Rama, when he came on, was rubbish, and he was rubbish the other night as well. I think Antonio's looking uninterested. You know, Jared is trying every game, got to be honest. But there are so many bad performances. The defence are fucking
thing is, though,
woeful.
there's only so much Jared and Kudos can do.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, Kudus, when you look at his performance, especially in the first half, I know it dipped in the second half, but he couldn't have done any more than he did. He was trying everything. He was fighting. He was biting. He was showing for the ball. Brilliant balance. He was superb. You know,
and no one was making runs off him or anything. Nobody was showing for him.
Will Praz is playing as the centre defending midfielder when we should just keep Alvarez there in front of the back four, but Paqueta in the middle of midfield.
Yeah,
and Kudos in the middle as well.
It's so simple. It's so simple to get it right. Yeah, it's so easy.
It seemed to change. Sorry, I'll cut you off. Go on, mate.
No. I just think that his first priority is to play certain players every game, right? Up until now.
Does John plug his electric charger into his head like Frankenstein?
Up until now, he's played Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, and Souček in every single game they've been available, right? And today he didn't start with Souček, but he brought him on later on. It's like he's got to have those players. He's got to have 2 or 3 CDMs in the team at any one time. It is just so it's a cowardly football.
Yeah, it's like what Nick said though. We'll get found out sooner or later, and it's happened.
Yeah, but the thing is, mate, like I said,
the same crap all the time.
But do you know what though? I mean, what I have noticed, because obviously I've been banging that drum for a while, but it ain't just me, mate. Like I've been. You put them videos out, and every single person saying the same thing. And sometimes I've got to be honest with a lot of what we'll all say the same thing because we all read the comments and stuff. And the thing is you do. People make fucking good points in there as well. And a lot of the stuff that I get sometimes. So Obsidian Curse made a great point the other day as well. And you do. Everyone is thinking along the same lines. Most people are. If you've got eyes in your fucking head, you can see what's happening, can't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, and it's just like, and the thing is, and again, it's not like because we don't attack people that are Moyes in on this channel. I don't do that. I fully understand why people would support Moyes. No. I can understand why people like Moyes, but what I don't get are the ones that are aggressively Moyes in and attack people that are Moyes. I don't get that.
Oh yeah,
I don't get that.
I don't understand saying like he's a legend and all that. He's won that trophy, but to be honest. We were lucky to sort of win that anyway.
I think the thing is,
done that. Do you know what I mean?
He is a legend for winning it. He is. If you, in terms of statistics, winning a trophy is so rare. He could have gone down in legendary status. I know you're going to say anyone could have won it. I get that, but what he's done now is by not going at the top, he will just ruin any legacy that he may have built by staying on.
Yeah,
he should absolutely have gone. He should have gone
after we won the cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and the thing is, do you know what? If he'd have left at that point, right? Even the likes of fucking, me, how I was caning him last year. If he'd have left after the cup final, I would never have spoken of that poor season again, ever. You would have been grateful to him. All you'd have remembered was David Moyes winning that trophy, leaving on a high. You'd have been like, thanks Moyes. You know, you've realised you've taken us as far as you could, but you gave us a trophy. You've laid foundations. Yeah. But the fucker's just sticking around doing the same stuff over and over and over again.
And this season is now...
He doesn't seem to know how to change it. He just keeps the same shit.
I think he does.
And it's the same shit he put us through beginning last season.
You remember the Fulham game last year, which was pivotal. He was getting fired, and that was the Moyes out, flag and everything else. You know what he did in that game? He played Antonio and Ings up front in the 2.
That's what I mean. Why don't he do that now?
Well, exactly.
We've got another youngster.
Yeah, I'll check the formation. I'll check the lineup.
Well, hang on a minute. When he first came in, and he had Haller. Do you remember when he played Haller and Antonio up front?
Yeah, they were
against Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I thought that was Southampton. Did he have Southampton? He did it at Southampton.
He don't like
was
doing it. He don't like doing it. It's an emergency measure that he'll use if he has to.
So we've got Mbamba, and we've got that other youngster who recently just scored a hat-trick in the young team as well. Big teams are after, you know what I mean? Why not put him in before he goes?
I can't even get a sniff.
Putting him in under Moyes because
I'll tell you what we do know. What we do know is Divin Mabama has got a year left on his contract. He's changed agents. We know that the majority of Premier League clubs are sniffing around him. We know that.
He'll be gone.
But we know that Divin Mabama does want to stay. He wants to stay.
He's been at West Ham since he was 8.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason why he hasn't gone out on loan is Mabama. He wants to be shown and proven that he's going to be given. He believes in himself. He wants to be shown that he's got a path into the first team. He doesn't want to go out on loan for 4 years, 5 years.
Moyes told him he was going to get game time as well.
That's the reason why Bowen signed a new contract, because Moyes won't be there next year.
I don't think so, mate.
I hope that's right.
Yeah, but Mick, do you not think, right? It's like Alvarez when he spoke in his interview, and he spoke about Tim's project. When Bowen, that was a key thing. Obviously, as John said, he had the picture with Stein, and if you listen to the interview, it was quite a substantial interview. Didn't mention Moyes once. It was all about the project.
No, exactly.
The project. That's what he signed up to.
I know, but I refuse to let myself get excited that Moyes will be going soon or even at the end of the season, because we've been through this.
We're better off waiting until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Darren. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, trouble is, if we ride this, it'd be fine if we pick up and we start getting a few good results. Fine, keep them to the end of the year. But the bad thing would be if we had a terrible season like we did last year. We're going to end up. People like Kudus they'll go the way of Skamaka. They'll lose interest with West Ham. That's the trouble. You end up doing irreparable damage to certain members of the squad where they just want to go at the end of it.
Yeah,
this season is statistically worse already.
All of a sudden as well.
Yeah.
Alvarez has changed.
But do you think then that the players that have signed deals like Bowen and we signed Alvarez, knowing that that there's life beyond Moyes, do you not think then all the players that are on the periphery of the squad now, like Fornals, Ben Rama, they should be told that look, Moyes is gone in the summer. Don't throw your toys at your pram and force a move in January. Just wait till the summer because we're bringing someone else in. Do you know what I mean? Do you think they're going to be told that?
Yeah, it depends if they actually don't sell them. That's the thing. They've said they've got a future at West Ham.
Yeah, but they've got to say to them players, look, there's a new manager coming in. You're going to get your chance again. Do you know what I mean? It's like a fresh slate, isn't it? You know what I mean? So,
we should back David Moyes as well, by the way. We should back him to fucking Scotland.
Pull
that way, Glasgow that way. Fuck off. That's what we should say to him.
Get out my club.
Get out my pub. Fuck off.
Have you noticed, though, Aguirre's been different since he's sending off as well.
What?
Aguirre, yes. Yeah, no, that's right.
Since that sending off, he's changed.
Yes, good point. I didn't think of it. Yeah, good point.
He has.
He might have lost a bit of confidence now. You don't know what Moyes has said to him as well.
Alfie, I'm going to block you.
Yeah, Alfie's on the wind-up. Anyone in the chat, don't listen to Alfie online. He's obviously ain't got school in the morning.
He has a nice little
No, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? He realizes what a fuck up he just made when he came on, and he's kind of that's what's happened.
He should have
still got a brand nose.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He should have. He realised he should have said yes. Of course, I'll give him a new contract, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He said I'll evaluate in the new year, didn't he?
He got claret and boozed.
So basically, what he said was, "No, I wouldn't give him a new contract now." No.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
he don't believe him. He don't love him anymore.
No.
I think Alfie just likes being hated. It probably turns him on.
I think, to be honest, it's about time he retires.
Alfie's all right. He's all right.
He's all right.
It's just banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but he does wind people up.
He livens up the chat.
People bite though. Yeah. You've bit with him before in the past, Nick. You got to be honest.
I know.
So have I though. I've bit with Alfie. He's got that thing about him where you want to wring his neck at the like.
I like it when people.
Fair play to him calling up.
Yeah, but anyway, Darren Potter. We've got. Is it Potter or Porter? I've got you down as Potter in my
Potter.
Potter,
Potter.
see?
Not related to Harry, thank you.
I'll tell you what. So say for instance, I'll ask you this question. Say for instance, you've got 3 managers to choose from. We wake up in the morning, dreamland happens. David Moyes has walked out of West Ham. We've got 3 managers that we're lined up with. Let's say Alonso, Carrick, and who else? Alonso and Carrick. Who would you be happy with?
Graham Potter.
Alonso, Potter, and Carrick.
Alonso. Because when they played against us in that friendly, they were brilliant.
they're playing some sexy
I
football.
don't want Carrick.
Oh, yeah,
I've got to be
definitely.
honest. I don't want Carrick. Why would we
don't
let
you want
Carrick
Carrick?
Oh,
experiment?
another thing, you know
I
that
don't
team
want Carrick
selection
to
you do?
experiment with us.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
You know that
Carrick-
team thing you do?
Yes.
You need to change Moyes' donkey face to the baboon's arse face.
It's got to be an arse. I've been thinking about an arse.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
Definitely.
I'm growing.
That or Patrick from SpongeBob.
Well, what it is, I'm growing quite fond of the donkey, and I'm starting to
Yeah.
feel bad for it. Being stuck on his head, you know, it can't be nice.
Yeah.
Can't be nice.
No, I'm going to have to get a donkey arse mask after then, aren't I?
Yeah, definitely. Little bit like, what's his name with the beard? John, isn't it?
What's his name with a beard?
John said it's quiet. He's been done.
No, he's waited for the last 30 seconds of his talk to give it large, isn't he? Get him off, ban him.
But anyway, Darren, thank you very much for the call, mate. I'm going to phone the next one,
Cheers,
but I've
mate.
got fucking loads to get through.
Just wondering, how do I get one of them mugs, by the way?
You're not
Oh,
having
mate, don't
one.
talk
You're
about
not
the
having
mugs.
one. You're not allowed. Get off.
I will. Listen, I will do. I mean, Mickey's only just fucking got his one. They was basically all delayed because basically I'm shit. And I just haven't got the time to do it. I didn't realise quite how much was going to be involved in doing that, and I haven't got the time to do it myself. So we
I thought you
might do
delegated it.
I did
to
delegate it. And no. I delegated it to a local logistics company, and they sat on them for over a week. So I had to pull them back and do it myself.
The touch must have broke if they sat on them.
No, they didn't. Well, I don't know. Mickey's one's all right. That must have been at the bottom. But yeah, so I will do them. I will do them again, but I've just got to think about how I do it because I manage this lot really badly.
Yeah. No, it's only just got to try it out, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
He likes being in charge, but he don't like being in charge.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah,
It's a bit like Moyes, isn't it?
basically.
What is
Yeah,
this?
basically.
What is this CA? What is CA?
Thank you
mate?
very much,
California,
Canada,
innit?
All right, cheers, mate.
California.
Canada.
Oh, cheers,
Canada.
cheers,
No, it's Canada,
cheers,
isn't it?
Darren.
I enjoy your show,
See you later,
by the
Darren.
way. It's brilliant.
Thank you very
Cheers,
much,
mate.
Cheers,
Darren.
mate.
Top
Darren,
man.
Darren.
Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Cheers, Dan. Cheers,
Yeah,
Dan.
look, another one still waiting for his mug. Scott.
Oh, that's Puff for the Penguin. They've all gone. Mickey's got his one, so you should be getting your one
When are you
tomorrow.
going to get these mugs out? You go on,
They're
you sell
done.
them,
They're
you
gone.
fucking put them up on the screen, everything else. No one receives a mug apart
fucking
from Mickey.
done. They're fucking done.
Fucking hell. You
Look,
think
He only got one now.
Look, that's all the fucking mugs all gone out. Look, they've all gone. All right.
Where's me and Gary's mug? Mickey's only been on the show about a month, and he's got a
John,
fucking
you ain't
mug already.
paid me.
I know,
You ain't paid
I
me
ain't got
for
a
a mug.
fucking
And for a fucking mug.
Listen, your mug is round here with your mic. You won't come round here. I've said that. Come and get it. And Gary, still look your tea. Your tea's still sitting there.
I live
miles
fucking,
away, Nick.
I live fucking
Well, come
25
round and
minutes
get
away
it.
from you, and you
Come
won't
round
even
and get
drop
it.
it off.
I can't. I've got.
You
I've got.
What have I got
can't-
to come round and
I've
drop
got-
it off? You come round and
Well,
pick it
because
up.
you're in North London, so you're in Tottenham,
Right,
right?
Kingy's been the most persistent. I'm going to phone Kingy back. Hang on.
Who's Kingy?
Bit familiar, isn't it?
She was on Big Brother, wasn't she? Oh no, it was Kinga.
What?
Hello, is that
Hello.
Kingy?
Hello, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. Oh, I know this
Hello,
is
boys.
this is Ryan King from Irons Down Under, the Australian fan channel.
Oh yeah, Ryan.
Yes.
You know, right, mate.
How you doing?
Boys. Yeah, not bad. I've just woke up in Bali, so
He's in Barley.
I've
at
actually
the
had a bit
moment.
of the old Bali
Tough
belly.
life.
Yeah.
Get him off.
You got Barley belly.
Up in fucking Harold mate. Who cares?
Yeah, I do, mate. Yeah. I think it was either the performance that set me off or something dodgy to eat over here, to be honest. But last night, I was sitting in a bar. There was two Man United fans, two Man City fans sitting behind me. And it was the most embarrassing thing I've had to actually endure was the little sniggers behind me.
No.
But yeah, it's bad. Like I sat there at the bar watching it on my own, and it's square pegs round holes, isn't it? It really is that bad. And I definitely will be put on my channel now. Hopefully, there'll be a couple of donkeys on my channel as well now.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not great. But
It's not
I think
great.
Ben Rama's coming on. Nah.
It's not great at
Sorry,
all.
lads.
It's not great at all. And the thing is, like with the it's not just John was right. What he said, he made the change that we all anticipated. He brought Kudus in for Souček. But what I said earlier on, like what Luke said, it feels a little bit like it's almost forced and like it's too little, too late. The confidence has now dropped out the team. We've lost momentum. It's like a last ditch thing.
Yeah.
It ain't fucking good enough.
No.
It's like when.
Go on, mate. Go on, mate. Go on, mate. Go on.
It's like when Allardyce, right? When he was told play all the kids, do this. Like the fans were having their say, and he sort of went, "Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll do what you want me to do then, and then let's see how that goes." It was sort of like he was chucking players under the bus himself.
Yeah.
So it did feel a bit like that to me last night. It was like, well, let's give them what they want, and let's see what that does.
And that's what I said. I said before we come on live, I said that the fact that we underperformed without Souček gives Moyes every ammunition to play Souček again from next week, straight back in the team.
But we were crap last week with Souček.
I know, but this will justify him. He'll go, yeah, I know, but look how poor we was without Souček. And he'll go, this means that I can never drop Souček again.
But do you know that is an argument that's being argued on channels and on Twitter?
I know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
What
I know.
the fuck? They've got like short memories, haven't they?
Yeah.
100%. Like, and Souček for me, football's with a ball. It's not with a pair of fucking sprinting boots. You know what I mean? So it don't really matter how much he's running around that pitch. It's 5-yard passes for a central midfielder. If you can't do a 5-yard pass, you ain't a central midfielder. In fact, you probably ain't a footballer. In my eyes,
mate. In the game against Newcastle, wherever it was one of the games because he scored a goal, everyone was saying he had a brilliant game. In the first half, he made 9 passes and he had 3 completed. That is not acceptable for a fucking midfielder. That is not acceptable. I'm sorry.
Do you know what the funniest thing is about that, right? I remember watching it and they actually put the graphic up on the screen.
Yeah.
Like they actually put the graphic up on the screen as a TV coverage. And I'm thinking, is that a piss tape? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Like, I've never seen it before in my life. Someone's stats so bad that they put them up straight after the half was finished. Yeah. It was horrendous. I've never seen it before in my life. And everyone jumped on that as well. And everyone looked at it and was like, said the same thing all online. But yeah, I mean, Ben Rama coming on last night. As you say earlier, I think he's better off on the other side of the wing because get some crosses in there. He's got more chops than a butcher, the geezer. Honestly, I've never seen someone come backwards. Honestly, he comes backwards more than anything, mate.
He does.
Like,
that's what he does. He don't cut inside, does he? He goes straight down the line and crosses with his weak foot.
Yeah. Well, that's what he has to be fair, it's what he has to do. He's being played on the left and he's right foot.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing with Antonio, sorry, a little bit, but Antonio as well, there was a point in the commentary last night that the commentator was like, oh, Antonio's been out on the wing quite a lot today. He's always looking for that person inside. He is the person inside. He should be there.
Yeah,
he's the striker. I know you've got to run the channels. I understand that.
He's only looking. He's looking for the ball. He gets so little service that he has to go looking. Most strikers will do that.
He gets no service. King. I mean, if you look at the way that we played today, right? I mean, I think the inverted wingers thing is proof of that. So we don't play wingers to get, but we don't play wingers to get supply in. When you've got Soufal chopping in from the right-hand side, he rarely puts the ball across the 6-yard box. He chops it back to someone. Antonio gets no service. He gets none.
No, you're right.
No, I agree. I agree with that. And you have to go looking for it. But then that's the other player's fault, isn't it, for not actually helping him out and backing him up. So, yeah, I'll get that. I'll take that on board. But, yeah, it was
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying Antonio's the answer. He's not the answer. We should have better than Antonio in this team now.
Yeah, of course.
But the worry is we've had Skamaka, we've got Ings, who this is the only place where he ain't fucking scored in his career. I know he scored 2 in one game, but that was a fucking anomaly.
Yeah.
And we've had Haller. None of them work.
I know someone just put up in the chat earlier about the 2 up front. Obviously, being over in Australia, like we went to the Perth games and he played 2 up front both games.
Yeah, he did. Games. Yeah, he did. Mabama and Ings. Mabama and Ings. And they played well, didn't they?
And it was like he was teasing us, wasn't it? It was like he was teasing us.
When they asked him about that, when they asked him, is this going to be a thing that you're going to be doing, like from his seat, he went, nah. This is, well, why so I do that on pre-season if you're not
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
No sense.
Because the front two is his disaster recovery plan only. Like he proved against Fulham last year.
But yeah, it was just
So
it got everyone very excited.
It did for you, for you, Kingy, for you now. Would you? I'm not. Look, I think it's futile anyway because I don't think Moyes is going to go anywhere. He's not. I think all Sullivan cares about is staying in the Premier League this season. You know, Gary mentioned it before about he predicted it. He said this is going to be similar to Sam Allardyce's last season.
It will be.
We're not going to get relegated. We're not going to be in any risk of that.
We ain't going to be told this time.
No.
We ain't going to be told this time at Christmas.
But
It'll just happen in the summer.
Would you be happy if David Moyes was either sacked or walked out tomorrow?
I'll have a little party.
The thing is, there's a massive word here. It's called progressive, right? We all speak about it. Forget about the football side of it.
No.
Progressive is a football club.
You can't have heard the question. What I said was, would you be happy if Moyes was sacked or walked out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd be fucking ecstatic. That's what I'm saying. It's progressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's progressive. You've got to progress on from what you've achieved. We've achieved the trophy. We're achieving half a decent season, not after last night, but it's sort of like, let's build on what we've actually done already. And we haven't been able to do that because Moyes hasn't got an idea of how to change it. There's no point in him just giving in to the fans and saying, oh, you want Kudus on for Suchek? There you go. How about you come up with that fucking idea yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well,
and the thing is, does that not show the fact that people are suggesting that David Moyes has given in to what the fans want? Bollocks for a start, right? That's not happened.
Yeah,
but basically, what it means is that David Moyes can see what the fans can all see, but he refuses to change anything, and he only does it or makes changes when he absolutely feels like he has to. He can see it. He's not blind. He can see that these players are not performing the same as us.
It's like Paqueta yesterday, right? He's being petulant. You know what I mean? Like he's just doing it for this. It's like he's sulking. It's like, all right, well, if I don't get it my way, I'll do it your way, and then let's see how that turns out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. But it was a bad day at the office yesterday. But it's been a bad day at the office for about a year. Would I give him a contract? 100% no, not a chance.
No. I mean, for me, and this is the other thing as well. I hope it picks up because I think we've got him for the season, and I really, really, really could do without another year of this shit. But what I want people to see is that even if it does pick up, we need to move on. We do. If we start winning and we start doing well, we do need to move on and I do think that David Moyes has to do it his way because I don't think he can do anything different. So if he's got to play that low block in every fucking game to get results, it's not.
Yeah,
but I don't think the club ain't going to sack him.
What you're saying, though, we've already seen at the start of this season. People forget what he done last season in the Premier League, right? So he has a good run of 4 or 5 games, and he's sort of like, oh, is he going to get a new 3-year contract? So it'll be the same again. He'll go on a little 2-3 win, and then people want to sign again.
And you know what? People don't want to admit it, right? People don't want to admit it. But if that game today, like for instance, if that game today was a game that was a sackable one, like the last Everton game was when we had the Lampard game last year, right? There was a lot of people that were feeling at that time, and I know there were feeling at that time. Do you know what? I wish we'd have lost that fucking game. I wish we'd have lost it.
Yeah,
and I think you're going to get it again. And it's so bad that you've got to drive West Ham fans to feel like that, to get to the stage where you almost want your team to lose so that it forces the ball to make what is the right change. It should never get to that stage.
See, for me, I thought about this the other day. I would never want us to lose. Never want us to lose.
No, never.
And I still wouldn't. And I still wouldn't want that even to get rid of Moyes, if I'm being honest. But how far do you give it now? Do you give it the Arsenal game? Do you give it the Brentford game? If we don't get anything from them 2 games, is he gone from then? I would say he's got to be looked at. Yeah, 100%. Forget about a new contract. It's the contract that you've got already that you're not fulfilling.
I've got tickets to Arsenal. I don't know if I can be bothered going down there, to watch it. I don't know if
we're going to be fair, listen, to be fair, right? That game now is probably, that competition now is probably one that we don't need.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but it's the one thing that we can win.
Yeah, things have changed though in 3 weeks, eh?
I know.
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, it depends what you consider was a good start to the season or not. We had a good couple of games. We beat Chelsea when we really shouldn't have, and we beat Brighton. Brighton's a standout result, really. And when you look at it season on season, promoted teams against promoted teams as well. So all of because we beat almost all of the promoted teams last year. In fact, we only dropped 3 points against all the promoted teams, home and away. Right. This season, what we've got so far equivalent is 2 points behind where we were last year. And that to me is a really, really bad sign.
It is a bad sign.
No, I agree, Gary. I do agree, mate. And but yeah, we move on to Arsenal and hopefully we get a result. But
I'd say that's
I'm not holding out for anything now.
It's a game I'm desperate to win. I'd love to beat Arsenal and put one over on them. But what I have done, Kingy, we are going to have to. I'd love to keep you on longer, but we're going to have to close this one because we've got another couple to get back to.
Yeah,
I have put in the chat.
I've got my nice breakfast floating in my swimming pool, so I need to get out of it.
He's getting right on my nerves.
Nice. Freezing out.
I have said give Ryan a subscribe. I put it in the chat, Ryan. I'll put your link in there as well. And honestly, cheers, everyone, lads. Fortune's Hiding Down Under TV. They're a new channel. They're all Londoners, apart from one convict that you've got in there, haven't you? They're all. Well, there's two Londoners. There's one northern West Ham fan. They're all expats, all living in Australia. Watch. Really good watch. Good blokes. Go and give them a follow. They're great guys, honestly.
Thanks, lads.
All right.
Cheers, lads. Thank you very much, and speak to you soon. Ta-ra.
All right. Enjoy the rest. I hope you don't spill your breakfast.
See you, lads. Bye-bye.
So, mate.
Oh, Australian friends. Ooh.
He's not Australian.
He fucking lives there, doesn't he?
Hang on, right.
Dan Bailey's having it in the chat.
Yeah? What's he doing?
Dan Bailey's a Moyes. He loves Moyes. Look,
He loves Moyes, mate.
Is he?
Top half a table still clinging on to by her fingernails, Dan.
I love you, Moyes.
We're all just saying. We're all just Nick supporters here. We're just saying what Nick wants us to say.
Have a bit of respect for that.
Oh,
nah, come on, Mickey. Keep
hello.
under your head. Have a bit.
Sorry, mate. Hello, Nick speaking. Who are we talking to, mate?
Scott here.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Watch your channel all the time, mate. Always compliment you, and I stick up you on Twitter quite a lot.
Thank you.
Parody account.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
God.
Yeah, I don't normally get allowed to watch the show live because the missus over there. I've stuck her upstairs tonight, so
best place for
her.
Best place for her.
Yeah,
but you need to man up. You need to man up, mate. You need to man up a bit, don't you? Really. Don't come on here admitting it either. You ain't got no respect from us now.
Don't listen to him.
You ain't met, mate.
He's a plum. He's a plum. Go
on. Look, I think most things have been said tonight. I've been Moyes out for 2 years. I don't think I was even Moyes back when he came back the second time. I didn't want him back.
No,
a lot of people didn't.
I'm not just old school. I just want to see us play football again. Devonshire Brooklyn era and all that. I just want to see us play football, lose 4-3 occasionally, and come away and think, fucking great game. It is that today was as bad as it's just as though there's 11 players out there and the only one playing in the right position is the fucking goalkeeper. That's how it seems to me.
I know. It is. I know. Yeah. And the thing is, what you're saying, mate, right, is people will come out because I'll make comparisons to Villa or Brighton. And then what people will do is on Twitter or on here, Villa will lose a game 4-0 and they'll go, oh, see, Villa this. And you're like, well, hang on a minute. I'm sure they don't really give a fuck because next week they'll go back to winning 3 or 4-0 again. They'll probably take it the rough with the smooth. They're getting entertainment. And if you go back, the last time I got true entertainment from a full season, and I'm going to keep saying it, from a full season, 15-16.
So boring, this is so boring. He says
no, but it was 15-16.
Like, a mantra.
What I'm trying to say is life was better before Moyes. That's what I'm saying. Life was better before Moyes.
The thing is,
I'm totally with you.
The thing is, it's the argument we always say, doesn't it? People go, well, what would you rather win, trophies or entertainment? The thing is, Andy's obviously a bit older than me or whatever, but you can only be a West Ham fan through watching good football because the success and winning trophies has been so, missing over the years.
Sorry, plural. Trophy, John. Trophy. Yeah, trophy that we were favourites to win.
Yeah,
Yes.
but what I'm saying is we can only be West Ham fans through want to be entertained.
This is
we ain't
what
won trophies, have we?
I know, but this is what does my head in when people say Moyes. They now call him a winner, like because he's won it, because Paqueta and Bowen won him a cup. After a terrible performance in that final, another negative Moyes ball final, that he's now a winner and he's going to be a serial winner, like as if we're expecting another cup this year. Don't expect another cup this year. It ain't fucking coming.
What annoys me is people are driving me now. They're driving you because they're using this as an argument. It's the only argument to sort of say he won a cup. They're almost forcing you to almost sort of degrade the cup because you have to acknowledge that it was a cup that we were joint favourites to fucking win. We had almost a free pass all the way to the final. We didn't really overly perform in the final. It was a great moment. It was Irish Tommy made the best comment ever on his show, and he said, "When you're starving, even a cracker tastes amazing."
Yes, that was a great little statement.
It's true. It's true. It was great. It was great to get it done. It was a wonderful moment. We'll never forget it. It was brilliant. But
can I just say? Yeah. You know, we were saying about we don't want to see us lose, or I actually last year, the famous game before the World Cup, the Leicester at home game.
Yeah,
I thought we're going to definitely lose this game today, and I thought this is it. I'm prepared to lose that game today. Get rid of this fucking idiot. And do
you know what don't make you a bad fan? I don't care what anyone says, because when you get to a stage where you genuinely feel that taking a loss would be better for the long term of your club, I don't think that makes you a bad fan, because what that's happened is that you've got to a stage where you thought, you know what, I can't take this anymore. If I'm willing to sacrifice one game for the future of this fucking club and get rid of him, but you know what, mate? Do you know what? He'll never lose them games ever. He'll never lose them. He'll always win them.
3 seasons of European football, Nick. We've never had this before. 3 seasons of European football.
Dan Bailey says,
get him a statue.
I love Moyes. I love Moyes.
Everyone should join the bandwagon. Don't be a sheep.
Fucking hell. He's been in there all night, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Nick, can I also say...
Go on.
Yeah, the only game I can honestly say under Moyes that I've really enjoyed was the Man United home game last year. We won 1-0, and I just got the impression that night the players just went out and thought, "Fuck it, we're just going to go and press."
So did I.
And it was a totally different, I just don't get it. I mean, every game is the same thing, the same times of subs, the same, plan A, no plan B. We sit deep. These idiots like that Alfie kid. I mean, get up for school, the boy had to go to bed, doesn't he? I mean, like he's coming out with a 60% thing. That's what you wanted and all that on Twitter. So
I know.
The stats drive.
It ain't all about possession. It ain't all about possession, but it's playing clever.
Yeah, but do you know what, mate? They don't even believe it themselves. It's got to a stage now where, for some people, and this is the thing, right? A lot of people say, like for me, they'll say, "You just want to be proved right." I don't know how many times I've had to say it. I can't be proven right about David Moyes. No, I can't be, because when he goes, you will never be able to look back at what he's done here and say it was a failure. You won't be. There you go. Look. But you will never be able to. You will never be able to look back once he's gone and look at his providing he goes soon enough. But if he was to go now, you couldn't look back and go, Moyes failed as a manager, could you?
No,
you couldn't say he failed. But what I'm saying is, then there is a difference. There is a difference. David Moyes, I said it was about Sean Dyche, for instance. Sean Dyche has built the team that David Moyes would fuck. Is a David Moyes wet dream. It's their level, the low block team, full of fucking cloggers. They're hard to get through. Players like John, loads of players like John on the field.
At what fuck off? I was better than you.
No,
go on.
At what point?
One other thing, Nick.
Go on, mate.
What? Do you know what fucking really winds me up is TV pundits. I try to turn them off now.
Oh,
they all, Danny Murphy's of this world and all that, they all keep coming out with this bollocks about we are so lucky to have Moyes. He's great.
They don't watch
Tottenham got Ange in after the 2 Mourinho and Conte styles of football, and he said that's what Tottenham fans deserve. They deserve football now.
There you go.
What, we fucking don't then?
No, because we've got to be grateful. We've got to be grateful for just having the great David Moyes and the fact that we've been in Europe. We've never experienced this before. And I'll tell you what, Moyes has been very successful in taking any fucking enjoyment or entertainment out of watching West Ham. That's what he's been successful in.
Do you know what? I detest Tottenham. I detest them. But you know, we've actually had a couple of nicer comments just recently from Spurs fans on our videos, and one of them, and I've replied back in the same. But one of them actually said, listening to this channel, you sound exactly like we did under Conte and Mourinho.
Yeah.
And basically what they're saying is, because I've repeated this back to a fan today, but it's what a Spurs fan said to me. They said there's one thing that West Ham and Tottenham have got in common, and that is that the fans do demand entertainment from their teams.
But then,
we want to be entertained. We want to be entertained.
Football playing teams, yeah.
But then those pundits don't watch West Ham week in, week out, right?
No.
And it's proven in their praise of Declan Rice all of a sudden, because we could have told them everything. We could have told them everything they're now saying about Declan Rice when he's been at West Ham for the last 3 or 4 years. It shows how little these people watch West Ham. That's why we're always on the
John. No, you're right, John. And you know what?
While you mentioned, while you're mentioning Rice, how great fucking player is that? I don't like the stick he gets now. How can he be that good under this fucking wank of a manager? He's just carried us for the last 2 years.
Well, I think what's being proven now, and what's coming to fruition now, is my worst fear. And I do think that we are starting to see the gaps appear through Declan Rice not being there, because do you know what? Declan Rice. Do you know something? No, but do you know something? Declan Rice could have played next to James Ward-Prowse as CDM and allowed James Ward-Prowse to just be free and do what he wanted, because Declan Rice would have done the fucking job. Alvarez is a really good player, but he ain't no Declan Rice. Declan Rice Declan Rice carried Souček for seasons.
Yeah.
Carried him.
Yeah. I mean, you just said there about James Ward-Prowse. I know you've been thinking about it. I'm a bit put out on the 50-50, but must admit, since he's been under Moyes, his corners and free kicks have been fucking dog shit the last 2 games. I think even he's getting affected by it now.
He's been moist.
Never going to score a free kick for us.
I've been affected by it. I mean, listen, you've all said it. We're all passionate on here, right? So you can imagine what it's like normally when we lose. Today was the first time I'm watching it. We're at home to Everton. And I'll be honest with you. Do you know something? I didn't even react when they scored. Nothing. I'm just sitting there watching it. I had nothing. No reaction. Nothing. I didn't feel like we was going to get back into it. I came up here, recorded the video, and I ended up winding myself up. But I was. What's the word that you get? You become
oblivious to it.
Yeah,
conditioned.
You're almost like, what's the?
That's why today I actually thought the first half was all right, because I was saying to John before the game, I sort of said it was good, because that's the level of that's the standard of what I expect now, right?
Yeah,
that first half was actually all right as far as I'm concerned, given the context of what we're in at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was more pissed off today, I think, than the last 2 games. I think I was so confident of beating Everton. I thought, how can we be these have got to be there for the taking, because we're not as bad as them. Fucking hell, how wrong was I again?
I know.
Yeah.
Draconian Squid's got the word apathetic. That was the word I was looking for.
That's it.
Apathetic. I was apathetic towards it. I was, definitely. But yeah, I mean, for you, I know what your answer is going to be now. But say, for instance, he did, he walked tomorrow, he got sacked. I'm at the stage, really. Do you know what? Because we got Tim Stein, I don't even care. I know we're talking about either Carrick or either so and so. I don't care.
If he walked tomorrow, I'd like to say, Tim Stein, getting who you want, I'll take him. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Absolutely.
The hope is, and I really hope it is, because I imagine Stein must be, but the hope is that there is a manager in the background waiting. Surely there has to be, doesn't there?
He'd be straight on the plane. He'd be straight on the plane, flying somewhere. Tim,
how about if he's already there, though, boys? How about if he's already at the club?
Go on. Give us your theory, Mick. I saw this the other day. Go on.
Heitinga.
He was at Ajax. He basically has managed before.
The ex-Everton player, yeah. Okay.
He's always on the coaching staff now, hasn't he?
He actually did really well for Ajax, because he was only there for 3 months. He had a really good win rate, improved their league position, but because he was the first manager in like 20 years to not get him into the Champions League, they fired him.
I didn't know that. I didn't think of that. Could be. It's not outrageous. It's not outrageous.
Could be. But yeah, I'm the same. We don't listen.
He knows Kudus. He knows Alvarez.
Listen, do you know something? Can I say something now? Can you imagine the uplift in that place for the fans? And I don't care what anyone says if he went now. And then the next game, it would just feel better. We'd be excited. We're numbed to this shit now.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah.
You know, we are. When you win, you just feel a sense of relief.
What sums it up for me was what the Thursday night game, 4-0. I was watching his face during that game, and he looks like he's been brainwashed. He looks like he's completely gone.
This is a guy.
He's distraught. He's emotional.
Yeah, but and that is a guy that you're talking about there, the Cockney Cazorla. He actually is. That is a bloke who, when he was playing and he was in the team and he was happy, he would have played his career out here. He loves West Ham.
Yeah.
Moyes, he's a team player. He's done everything Moyes has asked of him. He's been played out of position. He always does whatever Moyes asks of him. Now Moyes has just shunned him to the fucking bench. He's just discarded him.
Yeah.
And I think it's disgusting. And he's one of those players as well that when you go to games, you know, like you watch a different game on TV to when you go to watch the game. Fornals is like one of those players that stands out because the guy don't stop running, does he, John?
No. And the thing is, like I said the other day, the problem Moyes has created is that we've got a better squad than we have had, but he can't keep the squad happy because the players who are on the fringe know that generally they have no chance of breaking into the first 11. So there's no motivation to perform. And whether you agree with that as a fan or not, they know that it's almost nothing they can do that will get them in the starting lineup. And that's the problem with the squad. You need to keep the squad motivated. You need to keep their eyes on the prize, which is breaking into the first 11. He can't do that.
I loved what he said the other day. Clear gaslighting. What he said in a post-match interview. The following morning, just before this game, and the guy at the interview, because it wasn't the West Ham preferred interview, basically said to him, surely a win against Everton will help improve the mood in the squad. And he said, mood in the squad's great. Mood in the squad is great, fantastic, right? What's a fucking lie? You can see from the players on the pitch that the mood ain't great. Maybe for a handful of players that he loves and play every game it is, not the rest.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He's a liar.
Go
on, mate. Oh, hello.
His wife's woke up.
Hello.
His wife's come downstairs.
That can't be a real comment, Nat, from Dan Bailey.
Right, well, whatever. That was a brilliant call. Thank you very much, mate. And make sure you call in again. I'm sure you'll see us coming in. But thank you very much.
Look at this, Dan Bailey. Look, no, put it up that one there. Dan Bailey. He was winning the league with the right budget. He had the right budget, man.
He spent $500 million, Dan, you fucking dick. How much do you want to give him?
He had all the money in the world at Man U. Went and bought Fellaini.
Yeah.
These people, I swear, I mean, he's trolling. Dan is trolling.
He's Fellaini.
Dan is trolling. I'll tell you what, someone said it in the chat. Harry's dropped off and Dan's joined. That's Alfie.
Yeah, I know.
Alfie's dropped off. That's Alfie.
Yeah.
It is.
Wait to see you, Alfie. We see you.
Right, hang on. I've got Gary here, I think. Gary?
Okay, now Gary's up late.
Is this the last one, yeah?
Hello, mate.
Hello, Gary.
Right, we will make this the last one, everyone. I am sorry.
2.5 hours enough on a Sunday night.
Late. But Gary, tell us what you think, mate. Go on. The stage is yours.
Well, it's your birthday today, and
happy birthday, mate!
Happy birthday, Gary!
Happy birthday, Gary!
Happy birthday to you!
No sing.
And I sat and watched that. You know,
he's jealous of my voice.
Our whole season is threatening to just fall apart right in front of our eyes here, isn't it? Yeah, just the whole season's just threatening to fall apart. Really, you know, I just can't believe in a few weeks how some of the players that looked so good early in the season are just looking drained of confidence. I mean, the last two performances, the game on Thursday in Greece and today, really infuriated me. Absolutely. Two teams we should be beating, really, you know. And Moyes, he couldn't make more mistakes if he wanted to. And I've tried to be fairly, you know, confident.
You have been reasonable.
I have, but you know, because sometimes we all react after a game, and maybe you should hold back a bit. But I can see now today. With Everton today, I thought one thing we can't do, we can't go behind against them. No. If we go behind against them,
right about that. You were right about that.
And we had to score first. We had to, because then they would have come out, and we could have played a bit more in the break. But they got the game. They got us just where they wanted us today. He took Antonio off. It's too early for my liking. I mean, this is the biggest mistake the club has made. I mean, we know Paqueta, Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, they look good players a few weeks ago. They look not good at all at the moment.
No.
But the thing is, it was a striker situation. I thought myself, when the window shut, I thought, hang on a minute. They've had these board meetings. Moyes must sit and talk about what they need. He's got Antonio. So what if Antonio gets injured and he's out for 4, 5, 6 weeks? You know Ings can't play there. I mean, you don't have to be a manager, Nick, to know you keep doing the same thing. Ings cannot play this system. He can't do it. We all know it. Everyone listening tonight knows Ings can't do it, not on his own. So the other option is Mbambe.
Yeah, but Gary, do you know something? Gary, do you know something? Gary, do you know something? And this is the thing. I believe that Moyes knows that he can't do it. I do believe it. I don't think he's that useless. I don't think he's that useless. He can see what we can all see.
It doesn't expect him to score goals, Nick. And Gary, a striker to him, he's just an unnecessary evil. He wants someone to defend from the front. That's it. That's all he wants.
He feels justified playing in front of Mbambe because of the wages. Do you think there's anything to do with that? Because he's on a lot of money.
I think that is it. Yeah, probably, but that ain't justification for me. That's small-mindedness. That is not how it should work.
Yeah, totally agree with you. I mean, the thing is now, I mean, a few weeks ago, I mean, we'd have got a point for Villa, 3 a day, which we should do. We'd have been right amongst the top 5 or 6. We've got the game on, we've blown the game on Thursday, like you said. We'd have won that game out in Greece. We'd have been virtually home and dry. We've got the 2 home games. We could have rested players and then won the group. And then we've got the Arsenal game, which I'm not unique. I was really looking forward to this game. I thought we could turn them over, the Rice coming back. But now, I mean, I think on Wednesday night...
I'm not confident now, Gary.
No, I'm not. But he's going to have to play... he can play Alvarez and play Paqueta Wednesday if they can't play the weekend.
Yeah, but the way they're fucking playing at the moment.
Do you think it would work, just trying on Wednesday, to play Mbambe and Antonio as a pair up front? I know they're fairly similar in their styles, but it's almost like a battering ram type thing. Just go a little bit more to the... Just try it. Just give it 30 minutes. Just see if it works. Just try it. We've not tried it.
Can I say something to Dan Bailey? Right? Did you not cry when we won the cup? That's down to Moyes. This is a typical example, right, of a person that whenever something goes good, David Moyes won us the cup, but when we lose, it's down to the players. It's down to everyone else. It's down to the ball boys. Dan Bailey probably blamed the fucking ball boys today. But whenever anything goes well, it's great. Moyes, it was nothing to do with us being shit, but a moment of brilliance from fucking Ben Rama to Bowen and a great finish. It was nothing to do with that. Moyes won us the cup. Moyes won us the cup. He did.
I like Amanda's reply to that, though. Amanda was spot on with her reply to that.
What? Fucking right, no. Well done, Amanda.
Go on, Amanda.
Yeah.
Go on.
Amanda, don't be rude.
I'll tell you another thing I couldn't understand.
He's in there calling everyone fucking idiots, basically.
That's Alfie, that, because there's a sort of thing inside. That's got to be Alfie.
Sorry, Gary. Go on, Gary.
What I was going to say to you is, I was going to say, when Suchek came on, and like when you're in a game, you've got 15, 20 minutes to go, Antonio's come off, we've got no focal point, we've got 2 great big centre halves there, Braithwaite and Tarkowski, and Antonio's up there back with no service at all, so I don't know what he's supposed to do. And then you've got Suchek there, who is good in the air, and I would have thought the last 15, 20 minutes almost pushed Suchek up front.
Yes.
Just start launching balls in and just
100%.
Feed off it, cause a bit of havoc in there. They were so comfortable, it's untrue.
I mean, if you're going to bring Suchek on, like what I said earlier on, why do we never, at any point, see Bowen, see him put on their strongest side and tasked with going down the wing at the fullbacks to whip balls in?
If anything, just to mix it up and give the team something to think about, right?
Just do that every now and then, get them to switch sides,
You could just imagine another manager coming in now with these players. I mean, obviously, I think even if another manager came in, I think in January, we've got to address the strikers.
Yeah.
We need another option. But even so, there's enough there.
No, he works for him. Look, he works for him.
You could play up front, Bowen alongside Antonio on Mbambe, put Kudus as a 10 behind him. You could do that. You could do that and then play Alvarez, like Gary said, as the holding player, and then play Paqueta and Ward-Prowse in front of him.
Yeah,
you can do these things, you know.
The midfield's got to be part defence.
He's not had a sniff this season. He's not had a minute, and he keeps bringing Ings on, and it just won't work. If he plays him on Wednesday, I'm going to go fucking mad. Because you know,
I will be honest. I do think that we are going to start to see. I made a prediction earlier on. I think that when David Moyes is in this situation, he starts to make changes because he's forced into it. I don't think it's going to work. I think he's going to make changes. I think Antonio will get dropped. I think other players will get dropped. No, what I'm saying is, but this is how I think the season is now going to go. I think other players are going to get dropped, right? And then what will happen is that won't work. And then what David Moyes what the rhetoric will be was, I changed for the fans, and then maybe towards the tail end of the season, he's going to be like, but I'm going to go back to basics. What everyone forgets is that the reason that everyone forced him to change was because the basics weren't fucking working, but they will work towards the end of the season. Because towards the end of the season, everyone's coasting. Even, you know, a lot of the games that you're playing, people are either on the beach or so.
I'm putting you in a timeout. Fuck off.
Yeah,
but
the thing is also, Nick, if we lose on Wednesday to Arsenal and we lose at Brentford Saturday, and Brentford just beaten Chelsea, they just beat Burnley 3-0. Brentford just hit a bit of form. We've got players suspended on Saturday. That means that could be 5 losses in a row by next weekend, quite easily.
It could be. Show Dan your cup, Mick. Where's your cup?
He can't see. Can he's banned?
No, wrong side. No, mate. That's no good.
I'm giving the full tour in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, go on. That's it. Yeah,
me, Mick. It's world's shortest tour.
There you go. See. There you go.
Lovely cap.
I just want to ask John a question. As he's used to play centre half. Their goal today, John. Calvert Lewin's goal. Would you? I couldn't believe that Harry, our 2 centre halves allowed him to do that. The 2 of them there, you know, I couldn't believe it.
They both thought the other one had taken it, hadn't they?
They both got turned inside out, didn't they? Yeah. It was so easy, just rolled them so easily. Listen, mate, it's just
it was a good goal. Good goal.
Oh, it's a good goal. I'm not slagging off what he did.
But it shouldn't have happened, should it?
No, it shouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if I was on the pitch. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, John's got to turn himself with a fucking Arctic lorry, mate. He'd have, honestly.
Yeah, but you know what? When an Arctic lorry turns, it stops every fucker moving as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You were shit, Nick.
I think with Paqueta,
sorry.
I think with Paqueta, I've been really disappointed with him. You know, I know we all can get carried away sometimes, and people were bandying the word world class a few weeks ago, and I was sort of saying, hang on a minute.
He is world class, Gary.
He is. When he plays well, he is.
But listen. There's no coincidence, right? There's no coincidence. Basically, back when the games that we was all cooing over, where Alvarez was fucking brilliant, James Ward-Prowse was brilliant, Paqueta was brilliant. Old Moyes has changed it, and whatever he's done, they're not world class now, are they? They've been moised. They've been moised, mate.
No one's
He's fucked them all out. He's fucked them all over.
Yeah, but Nick, you said Paqueta couldn't be moist.
Well, he
did say that. Well remembered, Gary.
Gary, I'm going to ask you to run through the players that have been killed out on Moyes' left wing. Go on, Gary.
No, don't deflect it. Gary put to you that you said Paqueta couldn't be Moyes. Don't try and
he's been Moyes. No, he has been. But no, Gary, I'm going to say to you, how many players have been sent out to the left wing to die? How many are there on the list? What is it? There's been Ben Rama. There's been Fornells. There's Vlasic. Another one. Paqueta. You know, it's literally. Do you know what it is? It's his reserve place in the first team.
It's a place he doesn't know what to do with, right? So he stores. It's like a stockroom. The left-hand side of midfield is like a stockroom where he stores the flair player.
I know. Right? I said a couple of weeks ago.
He's got to have one in the team, isn't he?
Yeah, I said, apart from the striker situation, I said, we also got this problem on the left-hand side. We've had it for a long time. You just haven't got anyone with genuine pace who can just go down that other side.
Anderson as well. Anderson as well. Sorry, Gary.
Anderson, yep.
Yeah.
Dan, The left-hand side is like a naughty step for the football.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah,
it
know
is.
what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
You've
Yeah.
done a bit of tricky.
Get on the left.
And,
Fuck off over there.
All that flicky, tricky shit. Off you go. Off you pop to the left wing.
Any more of that, you're on the left.
Mickey will be on the left wing. You're tricky.
Yeah.
I'm a tricky geezer. I'm on it.
The next three games, we've
straight on the
got
left.
Arsenal, Brentford, and we've got Olympiacos, right? I mean,
Well,
on Wednesday-
Olympiacos at home is where he saves his job. We'll lose against Brentford.
Yeah,
we'll lose
yeah.
against Arsenal. We'll lose against Brentford,
It'll
and then
be
he'll
Moyes'
get
back,
a
we'll be top of
1-0
the
win
group.
at home to Olympiacos, and he'll save his job.
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be enough?
And,
Yeah,
and then
it will
we'll
be.
beat Burnley. Then we'll beat Burnley after that. So it'll be all the Moyes,
This is
all the
trouble with
Moyes faithful will
isn't it?
be
He
out in
always seems
force.
to get his he always gets his losing runs, like you said earlier. The game he can save his
He'll
career.
win
He's always
it
where he win the
every
ball at home
time.
game.
He'll win it every time.
Gary, you
Every
just
time.
said, do you think that he'll keep his job right? Last season, we went on a run of 5 defeats. Then he got a draw, but then he got another 2 defeats after that. But it was fine getting that draw on the 6th game. That's what
because it was
fucking job.
Yeah, because Sullivan apparently told people that 6 defeats in a row is unacceptable, but 5 defeats and 1 draw is absolutely fine.
What
That's
type
lovely.
of deranged fucking rule is that? What type of deranged rule is that?
Stupid.
Honestly.
You've seen
Fucking
Sullivan.
stupid.
You've
Ask
seen
me,
Sullivan.
please.
Fucking
You've seen his head wear, haven't you?
He actually is stupid. Fucking little gimp.
I was going to ask Gary and John. You were there today. You know, when you look at see the players, you think like, is that just lack of confidence, or I think it's just like he's lost the dressing room? You think something's happened?
So I think
something's definitely happened.
Honestly.
I think the players just don't look. Paqueta ain't that player. I don't think Alvarez is either. I don't think Ward Prowse is either. Something has happened. They're not on it at the moment. They're making.
I will say something. I will say probably some of them ain't happy, but I'll also still be annoyed because I do get pissed off if I think that players are down in tools and all that. It fucking annoys me because I'm the paying public. I'm the paying public. We're the paying
It's all
public.
about you, John, isn't it? It's all about you.
Well, no, it does annoy me.
You're the paying public.
But Gary, John, what I will say is if a few players downing tools ends up losing Moyes' job and saves, because we've still got 3/4 of this season left.
Yeah,
we're not getting relegated.
But
mate.
No, we won't get relegated.
No. What I'm saying is this season isn't dead yet. So if they was to manage to get rid of him, they would be my heroes. They would be. Imagine John, you imagine, right? They down tools for 3 games, 4 games, absolute donkeys. Alonso comes in, Paqueta turns into a fucking world-class player again. Everyone else does.
It will still piss me off. I find it quite annoying. I've got to be honest, I do.
What, that they got rid of? I wouldn't.
No. Because if they really have down tools, they should do the opposite of what he tells them to do and go out there and do exactly what they want to do. Show us what they're made of. Fuck him off. He won't make subs anyway. They're his starting 11. What have they got to fear?
Yeah.
What have they got to fear? They're
I'll
not
tell you
going
what
to be
they've got to fear is that
That's a
they'll
good
start
point.
doing so well that they'll think, oh, fucking Moyes is doing a great job here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the other thing. That's the other thing. So
Shut up,
there
Mickey.
there is that. Mickey's got a great point. Mickey's got a great point. By them doing that, they're saving his job because Moyes will take the plaudits. Moyes will be in there and say, I gave 4 players a free role in that team. I gave them a free role and let them do what they wanted. That's what he'll do.
I would like to see him on Wednesday night though. Just play like Paqueta and Kudus both play, and just go out there and just get an hold of this game. Just beat Arsenal. Just try to turn his season around because it's looking so promising.
We're gonna get beaten. We're gonna get beaten by Arsenal under 14s.
What team will Arteta play though? You may not play your full.
Yeah, he ain't. We're going to get beaten by the under 14s, Gary. That's what's going to happen.
I don't think
they're going to play us off the park. They're going to play us.
I don't think it will be Nick. It won't be all kids playing for them. I don't think it will be that much.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what. He's going to play a reserve team for us because Brentford's massive.
I think Rice will play. I think Rice will play.
Dan's back. He didn't enjoy the timeout. He said, "Really?"
What's he said?
Really?
He's come back to say, "Really?"
Yeah. I don't know what.
Really? I think it was like this. Really?
Really?
Not really.
Really? Yeah. that little diva head. Little diva head. Oh, no, you didn't.
You did that too well. Really?
That's the thing, Dan. We've got the power. We can do what we want. Well, go on. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. One last thing, Nick. What did I say?
Fuck me.
Yeah, fuck yes. No, I was going to say, you know, like you said about the atmosphere today being flat, and it's been a lot of these Sunday games that. Do you think sometimes, like, there's an whole argument that the players should get the fans going, or the fans should get the players going? But do you think if it is flat, you know, like on a rainy afternoon like that, the players like almost are flat themselves? What I'm trying to say is, what do you think? Do you think the players should play and then the fans will react to them, or?
Well, that is their job. That's what they get paid to do. That is their job. Yeah. I do expect them to turn up and perform, right? It ain't our job, even though, you know, we should try a little bit harder than we did today. But you got to have something to get excited about. And let's be honest, no one was excited going to that game. The thought of it made your toenails curl. It was just, you know, Moyes versus fucking Dyche.
In a night game Wednesday, if Rice comes back, it might be different. You know, the fans might actually be a little bit more up for it.
Yeah.
Maybe we got a good start. We need something just to turn for us. We just need, you know, something. But that's the first game this season we haven't scored. That's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't ever see Everton scoring more than one goal today. But as soon as they went 1-0 up, that's it.
We didn't look like scoring either, did we? I think we could have played all night.
No, I never felt like that. No. I mean, and we were. Don't get me wrong. Moyes did, I suppose, throw the kitchen sink, or Moyes' version of the kitchen sink at the game. Because he had to. But I think Gio made a good point on his review earlier on.
No, he don't make good points.
So what he said was, the only reason that we started to look better in the second half was because Everton won a goal up. If that hadn't have happened, we would never have made any changes. It would have just been the same for the whole game.
He brought Ben Rama on almost.
We didn't look good in the second half because Everton's got a goal. Is that what he said?
What is that?
We didn't.
That was an Indian Scotsman. That was an Indian Scotsman from
John. So racist, John. Racist.
We didn't.
Any news lads? See us getting a win on Wednesday night? Or you all?
Yes. You got it always got to be optimistic, because what else have you got? I think we'll win it. Yeah.
Well,
penalties.
Do you seriously want my tickets, John? Because I'll happily send them to you.
Well, I've got one for Fred, but I'll have both for someone else. My brother.
Oh yeah. All right.
What's he talking about? Paul Riley. I can do accents.
Bad ones.
John, you can't do accents.
John can't do accents.
I gave up accents because people took the piss out of my accent.
Your accents are terrible.
Mickey's been doing an accent all night.
I do everything.
I know. I really talk like this. I'll have you know.
Yeah. Rick's from Chelsea. He's from Chelsea.
I'm actually a Moyes in man myself.
Yeah. Dan Bailey in disguise.
Just like Dan Bailey.
Didn't you cry when we won the cup final?
I did,
I wailed.
I pulled my fucking eyes out, you bastard.
I masturbated for days.
Yeah. All the white stuff in your hair.
But anyway, Gary.
Oh, yes.
So, would you be happy if David Moyes was sacked tomorrow?
Oh, wow.
In honesty, yes, I would.
And who would your choice be for manager? Tell me now. Who's your top three? Tell me your top three.
Give him the three and let him choose.
Look at Alonso. People say about Carrick. I don't think he's done enough for me to. I agree with Gary. I don't really want too early for Carrick.
Yeah.
Potter. I don't know. Maybe. I think Alonso sounds like the most logical choice at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be good.
It does.
I think Nick's right. If the new manager came in tomorrow.
He actually does look like my Turkish brother. I've got the same one. He can't never understand what I'm saying, so I'll let him have Ben.
Is that the one that sets light to your ears?
He does. He literally fucking flames.
Listen, Gary's talking, Nick. Respect.
Sorry, Gary. Gary.
I was going to say one other thing about Moyes. When you see like Tottenham manager, you see like Guardiola today against Man United, how they'll come on and they hug the players and put an arm around them, and Moyes is so. The only time I've ever seen him any emotion from him was a final, but he's always seemed so. You can't imagine you could really connect with him, can you?
He's a wet lettuce. He's a wet lettuce.
And whenever we lose, he even bottles going out and clapping the fans. Like he did in fucking Greece the other night.
No, do you know what? It ain't bottle, Gary. It's arrogance. It's like, you booed me.
He wants people. He thinks he deserves to be praised. Because he is amazing.
And he won us a European Cup.
He won our first cup in 43 years, Mickey. Don't forget it.
And we cried and masturbated for days.
He should talk
over that.
more
Very
about
long
that, you
wait.
know. I don't think he mentions it enough, old boys. He should remind people.
Yeah.
Are you watching the game, Gary, Wednesday over there, or you at home, or you got?
He's just giving his tickets up. He's gone, fuck that.
I'm going to give you tickets. John, I can't go over there again, Gary. I'm losing the will to live over there, honestly.
I know. It's on Sky anyway.
I go to the league games, but fucking hell, the cup games are just not doing it for me this year.
Yeah.
Pity I've enrolled to the auto cup ticket scheme and can't be bothered unenrolling.
Oh, Gary, thank you very much for the call, mate. It's all got a little bit silly. It is the end of the show now, and I've got work tomorrow. I've got work tomorrow, and I've drunk the majority of my bottle of wine. Yeah.
At least you're still laughing. That's the main thing.
How Turkish Tommy Cooper, look.
We will never stop laughing, Gary.
We have been moist.
No, we haven't been
we
moist.
Can't be moist.
We haven't been moist. I think I can be moist. Well, Gary's been moist. He's just giving his fucking Arsenal tickets away on Wednesday. Gary's
he'll
definitely been moist.
He'll feel differently in the morning. He's tired and cold, the old Bella fella. Look.
I'm freezing.
You get Wi-Fi at your own gal.
It's in the other. It's in the other office.
John,
Next door.
Wi-Fi radiator. I've heard it all. Cheers, Gal.
Cheers,
Thanks, Gary.
Right,
See you later.
Thanks, mate.
Bye, mate.
Right, and do you know what? It's a shame that Amanda's going because what I did want to say, we've had members now for a couple of months, and I just wanted to give everyone a little shout out. So ADL Media, who's just joined, that's our mate from. Do you remember who used to run the old 6'2"? Abdi.
Yeah,
Andy Abdi.
That's Abdi. He's joined. Alexander Grant, Jay Henley, Draconian Squid, Gold Badge member. Paul Flower, Drainhole Hammer, Ian Pennell, Sam Oakes, Barney McGrew, Miserable Git, Brian Flowers, Hammers Gary, the other Gary, John Cammer, Fortune's Hiding Down Under, that's Ryan, who we spoke to earlier on, West Ham United Mac, Sharkey, Mark Holmes, Mr. Mace, Martin Cowdrey, Andrew North, Keith Knight, Yatesy, Ryan Karim, Paul Riley, Joan, Steve West Ham United Bell, Steve West Ham United, John Williams, Darren Arnold, Amanda, the lovely Amanda, Mark, Daniel Jones, BJ, unfortunately, Tom Jar, Philip Emery, Gordon Buchanan, he loves Moyes, but he loves us as well, Paul Beresford, Kerry Marriott, Mickey Smith, Jeremy Tobert, Alec Bassendale, Greg Lane, and Swepo. Thank you very much for supporting us.
What are those people? What are they?
They are our members. They are our boozers. Boozers.
So, can I just say to the members in Claret and Boozers, check your emails on a Wednesday or Thursday, because then I'll do a little 6-minute segment for the members.
Yeah,
and there's always a chance to win money.
Although not the way Mickey bets, so I've got to be honest.
Why am I not on this membership email? What's going on here?
I did wonder why you ain't said, well done, Mick, for a nice video, you bastards.
I didn't see it.
I posted it.
Why didn't you tell us? I go, look.
I don't think I can look at
it's all a big secret. John, this is Nick being secretive again.
Yeah, check your junk mail.
Gary, you can see the membership stuff, Gary. You've just been too busy fucking up your shed. Not listening to me. Not listening to me. You should have come to me at the design stage. I've told you.
They built the pyramids quicker than Gary built his shed.
Honestly, this is ridiculous, isn't it? He's built a shed within a shed, and it's taken him a month.
Beautiful shed.
5 weeks.
Russian doll of the shed world.
5 weeks.
Yeah, but John, the Egyptians didn't have the Wi-Fi either.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Gary was talking about installing fibre optic something to recreate daylight. I said, why not just put a window in? So he's finally decided to put a window in.
Mr. Mate said it appears on YouTube, not on email.
No, I can't get it on YouTube. Only when I go on the email that Nick sent.
Yeah, I didn't see it on YouTube.
It is on YouTube. It's on the comment section.
Oh, you know why? Because I'm not a member on YouTube, right? I'd have to go into the Claret and Booze account.
No, that's not. No, Gary, you can with your one. You can. That's ridiculous. No. It's on the community section.
Oh, right.
It's on the community section.
I know I'm an admin.
Yeah. It's on the community section. So you can all say that. So you're talking waffle.
Anyway,
Darren
Nick's just playing Secret Squirrel Club, John. We're not invited.
Even Darren Potter said I'm banned. Look, I don't even know the fucking geezer because he phoned up once. He thinks he can fucking annihilate me.
Darren Potter's
well
yeah,
played,
Johnny's
Darren.
bad. Right. Anyway, that was a wonderful show. I'm feeling much better now. I feel clear.
Nearly
as
3
always.
hours. Nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, it was really good. It
I've got
was
to be
really
up
good.
at 5:30 and help London get around town.
Gary,
Yeah, I know.
do you want to close the show?
Yeah. Thanks all. Thanks for all your lovely comments. I've got my YouTube studio separate from my office now. So
He still won't do a fucking ramble. He still won't do a ramble
this week. No, he don't. It's dedicated. It's just here. I can just come in here and record a video. It's lovely. Beautiful. Right? Beautiful. I will. Going to make at least one ramble this week. But anyway, Nick will probably make it about 17. John,
just as well I fucking do, innit?
John might,
well, the channel
John might make one if he can
And
find a
he'll appeal
space and
everyone
traffic to
else's
pull
show.
over. Yeah. And Mickey's going to do his special. So, yeah, we're all lined up this week. Arsenal Wednesday. Oh.
Come on, Lions. Number 41 back. Round of
Let's
applause.
Listen, let's hope for the best. Arsenal Wednesday, Brighton. When's the Brentford game? Saturday? Must be Saturday. Mustn't it?
John's only going so he can wear his half and half Declan Rice shirt.
I bet he is.
Yeah.
I bet he's got one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Anyway, look, it's been a really good show. Thanks for all your contributions, and thanks to all the members that Nick just read out as well. Appreciate it. Get yourself a mug.
Everyone.
You'll never receive it from Nick, but order yourself a mug anyway.
They've all received them now.
Yeah, whatever. We got someone in comments
They should
earlier who
have.
said, "And get one." And that Chris that I forwarded yesterday.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I've managed it.
Chris is
terribly.
mugless, Nick. He's mugless.
I've managed it terribly. I admit, I have. It's been awful. It's been a
It's
nightmare.
shambles,
But
Nick. Shambolic.
But they're all gone out. They've all gone out now.
I think anyone that orders a cup within the M25, I'll drop it personally in my cab.
Were you really?
No.
That would be brilliant. My little courier service.
What's he saying there for?
Anyway, I'll tell you
To
what,
be
John,
fair, you could do in your Prius, so I mean that's all right now.
John's
You
narrowing the
have-
scope.
you
John's
have-
narrowing the scope now. It's anyone that lives on the A12 between Gants Hill and Newbury Park.
Anyone that lives in anyone in the RM3 postcode.
Yeah.
Of a cup.
Yeah,
As long as
but
it's northbound, though, John. You don't want to cross over, do you? You don't want to come back.
No.
come on, I want to go to
Yeah.
bed. Very good show.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. See you later.
Mickey, I'm going to tell you this now. Don't drop off as the show closes. There's an after party.
No, there ain't. I'm going to bed tonight. I'm fucked.
Yes!
Yeah.
No, hang around. Good night, all. See you later. Come on, you ones.
Shall I put the video on?
Go on. Not the
Do
massive one.
something, Nick. We're trying to end the fucking show.
Do you want to
Don't do
close it
massive
down
one.
again?
Wicked.
Jungle is massive. Wicked.
Shit.
Wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked. Wicked.